Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of the best podcast in the world, the Receipts Podcast. Hope you guys are feeling good, feeling funky, and feeling fresh.
Yes,
I was just told what number episode this is, but that's completely just gone out of my head.
296.
And it was episode 296 of the Receipts Podcast. Hello. It's your girl, Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey.
I have three pressing things that I would just like to start with. Neither of them require long conversations or
is one of them
debate.
going to be about Jay-Z?
Four pressing things. So Jay-Z was part of the three, and I just remembered I've got another one. So four pressing things. I will start with the first one. My first one is a question, and I hope everybody that listens to this can answer me. How do people know the size of things? E.g., you'll be like, oh, how big is that room? And someone will be like, about 12 feet, about square feet. How the fuck do you know what square feet is?
Dimensions is not my thing.
Or they'll be like, how far is it? They'll be like, about 200 meters. How do you know that?
Do you know I have to Google that?
Like, it just fucks me up. Like, how
I have
do
to
you
do all
know
the
that?
conversions. I have to do the conversions. I'm like, 200 centimeters is what in millimeters?
They will gauge things by eye, and they'll come in and be like, yeah, about something square feet.
I get that with miles.
What does that mean? Yeah,
I'm like, they're like, oh, it's about 10 to 15 miles.
What does that mean?
In
How?
my mind, is that from Oval to Brixton? Is that from Romford to Loughton?
With distance, the only thing I want to know is time.
Yeah, how long?
Don't tell me how many miles it's going to be, buddy.
Yeah, let me know
Don't
how
tell
long
me
it's
how
going
many
to take
meters.
me, bro.
Is it going to take me 5, 10 or 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Someone will walk into a room and be like, yeah, it's about 24 square feet.
Yeah.
How? What is your gauge? What do you mark it upon? Like, what's in your special eye that you can know that?
How do they just know?
How do you know that? Or you're just talking shit? And I don't think they are.
No, it must be people that generally work with.
No, some people just kind of like have it as general knowledge. Like, yeah, it's about 100 meters away. Like when you ask for direction,
I don't really know what
100 meters down there, turn, buddy.
100 meters, yeah, you better tell me,
buddy.
Like, at the traffic lights, turn left. Like, please, at the second set of traffic lights, turn left.
Yeah,
those are my kind of
meters
directions.
and you turn left. I'm like, buddy, this is not the
200
fucking
meters?
Olympics. I am not Usain Bolt. I don't know any of them.
Yards I know tends to be closer because when I'm driving and you're following the sat nav, it will be like, oh, you're like 525. Is it yards? Yards away.
I can't confuse myself.
Like, and I'm like, oh, and I can see that I'm getting closer and closer and closer. So I'm like, oh, yards is not really that long.
I just don't understand it. Even with height, someone would be like, oh, they're about 5 foot. How do you know that?
Weight, I don't know. I know stones. Okay.
No, I know kg.
But I don't know kg.
So, and then someone will be like, yeah, she's about 10 stones. What is your gauge of measurement for you to work out those kind of things? So that really, really stresses me out.
I know stones, I don't know kg.
How do you know that? It's the same when people are like, oh yeah, I'm doing the maths in my head. I'm never doing the maths in my head.
Me either.
I swear to you, I am never doing the maths in my head. Like we can both be talking and they'll be like, oh, sometimes I do it all the time. People are like, oh, what's that word? I'm not thinking about it. My mind is clear. You are killing yourself.
I'm not stressing myself.
Think about that word.
That's a lot of stress.
And my head is clear. When you work it out, let me know, buddy. I am chilling. Like I said, I've already gone through so much. You're not going to add another, what's that word?
No, one time I was...
Or do you when you do it here, you'll be like, oh, what's that word? I'm looking at you. I'm not thinking about it.
I'm not thinking about the word. Sometimes when it comes to words and language, I really force myself because I don't want to lose... that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I really that's one way I try to keep my brain active.
I read, so I'm alright, I'm fine.
It proper just like sometimes a word will really escape me and I'm just like, no, I need to make sure that I remember and use that word. Or like I'll go out of my way to try and use a bigger, better word.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like numbers and stuff, no. When it comes to maths has never ever been my strong point. Ever. So that one, I'm not trying to figure out.
Yeah, not doing that. My second thing, let me know how you guys do it. My second thing that I want to talk to you guys about, speaking of feet and measurements, I went to go get my health check. So I do an annual health check every single year. That I go get my health check. They do my bloods, they take my height, they do my weight. Of course, I'm going to be obese because BMI is fucked. But like they do all the tests. My results haven't come back yet. They check if you're pre-diabetic. They check how much protein's in your bloods. All of that. They do all of the checks, right? So I go there and like they do they weigh you and then they go check how tall you are. So then they did my height and they was like, you're 5'4.5". Now, last time we were here on this here couch, Audrey said she was 5'4".
Did I? I dropped out. I forgot the half.
Because there was no fucking half. Suddenly, when I have a half, you have a half. There was no fucking half.
No, but you know what's so funny? Yeah, she messaged in the group chat randomly. It was like, "How tall are you?" And I was just like,
I was gonna message her privately, but I was like, "No, I want to shame her."
And I was like,
I want to go to the group
"Why
chat."
are you asking me this?" And what did I say? I said 5'4.5".
Yeah, because you knew I was going to say a half.
And I didn't know what she was even asking me for. I thought maybe someone was gifting us something.
No.
And she needed to know my height, blah, blah, blah. So I was like 5'4.5", completely, unbothered, completely, unaware. Come to find out, we're doing height wars again.
Yeah, it's because I was told 5'4.5". So I was coming to the group to show off my half.
But the thing is, I'm not even being funny, I might actually be 5'5".
Get out.
I actually cannot remember.
Go away.
It's definitely either 5'4.5" or 5'5" on the money.
Whatever.
But I can't remember I actually don't know for sure. But I feel like
I was ready to even. It's because I was salivating. I was going to wait to tell you today, but I was so excited to tell you about my half that I had to ask on the day I did the test.
No, I love that you've grown a half.
Whatever.
I love that for you.
And
because they say we stop growing, but clearly we don't.
But clearly. I'm getting taller each day, baby. So while she was doing my bloods, right? So I don't love needles. Like, I'm not someone that massively can't do it, but for me, it's the feeling of when it goes in and when it's the pulling out.
I don't like it when they're trying to find my vein.
Yeah, the pulling out bit really, I'm not really that, I have to look away. Like, I'll do it because I'm not one of those people that will be crying because of a needle, but I have to look away. Anyway, she's tied me up now. She's put the needle in, whatever. So as she's put the needle in, the vial that the blood is meant to go into pops out. So that means all of my blood splats in her face.
Well, that's a way to get close to someone.
I was like, oh my God, I am so sorry. She was like, no, there's actually absolutely nothing you could have done about it. Like, I didn't even know the blood was doing that.
Yeah.
She was just like, it's completely my own fault. This thing popped out. And now I'm looking at it, I was like, you have my blood in your body, in your face.
That's so intimate.
Because if that was me, I'm going home. That shift is done. I'm going home to go shower. What do you mean? She's done using anti-bac wipes and wiping her face. So anyway, she takes my bloods, whatever. But that's the end of that story. Number 3. I hope you're fucking happy.
What happened?
That Jay-Z's combed his locks out.
Oh yeah, he heard my cries.
I thought Jay-Z looked brilliant in locks. I truly thought that was the best he's ever looked. And partly fancied him a little bit. Audrey hated the locks.
I wasn't feeling the locks.
He's now combed it out. The best ad for Sacred if I've ever fucking seen one in my life.
My God, because his hair was flourishing and thriving, honey.
Do you know what? I kept seeing clips of it, right? But it will be like Jay-Z brings it out. But every time I saw the clip, I thought the person with the afro was who Jay-Z brought out. So I just had no idea it was Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, that must be the person he brought out. Then I went to go watch it. I was like, oh wait, it's actually Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And also, Jay-Z is approaching 60.
Yeah.
That is a swaggy approaching 60 man.
That is. He looks really, really well for his age. Not that 60's old, because it isn't, but 60's, you're grown. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're like grown. But yeah, no, I actually really like the afro.
I'm just really happy to have, like, we're seeing rappers living long enough to be legacy acts and still be cool and still be performing and whatever. Because I think there was always a fear that you were gonna get washed out. Like, you're washed out. Like, you're this age. Why are you still rapping? And I think Jay-Z's a prime example of no, you can keep going for however long in any career, which I'm very, very into. So that was number 3. Number 4. So yesterday I was. Just so you guys know, I have a shopping addiction. It's like I'm working truly very, very hard. And often my walks will lead me to my local shopping centre. Yeah. Every single time without a doubt, that is where my daily walks lead me. And yesterday was raining, so I was like, I'm just going to walk in the centre because it's raining. So I'm walking along wherever. There's like loads of like teens around for whatever reason. It wasn't the evening, but there's loads of teens around. So like there's 3 girls walking in front of me, like a black girl and 2 white girls just walking in front of me, whatever. But they were young and like they were giggling and cute or whatever. And all of them had like crop tops on because age, they can do what they want, whatever. And then the black girl turns around and she's pregnant.
Oh.
Like, she's 15, she looks about 14, 15, but like fully pregnant.
That's so throwback.
Thank you. It shocked me so much. So I was like, I have not seen a teenage pregnancy in years. And like, I say that as someone who grew up in Dagenham, and at the time I was growing up, we had the highest rate of teenage pregnancy.
There was an epidemic back then.
Yeah. As in like, there wasn't a year in school that didn't have a pregnant girl in it. Like it was the highest in the country, like alarming. They started doing courses to be like, girls, for the love of God.
I remember that time. It was everywhere.
Go and get a pill or ask him to wear a condom.
Do you remember on the newspapers they'd have like, it would be like a leading story of like some teenager in Doncaster.
It was an epidemic.
He was like 14 and pregnant, and it would just be like all this stuff about teen pregnancies.
There was so much of it.
People were doing it so young, and it was such a thing back then. But yeah, I feel like it kind of died down.
And then you kind of stopped hearing about it as much.
Yeah.
As the kids got, thank God, the kids got better educated. They started wearing condoms. They started taking the pill, getting abortions, all of that. Like you just didn't see it as much. I was so shocked.
Yeah, I think
like,
I'd be
I
shocked.
actually think I'd be acting like an auntie. I was like,
yeah.
I said,
yeah.
Like, I was like, Sonny, grow up.
You're pregnant and you're keeping it?
My mum would have had no idea. That baby would have been so quickly gone.
Impossible.
I don't think you can understand how quickly that baby would have left my belly.
Impossible.
In fact, it would have been a fever dream.
The thing
it would have been so quick. I would have thought maybe I was never pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. The thing
I
is,
made that up.
I think even if I was having sex that young, I don't even know if it would have gotten that far. I would have just been so paranoid. Like, there's absolutely no chance at 14, 15 I could go home and tell my mum I'm with child.
And it just felt really old school. And that seeing her friends hang around with her, and I was like, wow, I have not seen this.
Yeah.
And also, as the girl who had friends who got pregnant in school, and we all used to go out together, and we were we were such dickheads. The amount of godmothers I am to teenage pregnant girls.
Yeah.
I have never seen them kids. I have not seen them kids in about 10 years, or even 12.
That was like one of the things. It was like, who's going to be godmother? It's just like, that's how you
didn't
know
mean
your mind
we were
was so young.
It didn't mean
like, you're not
anything.
focused on the right thing. Like, you're there with your, you're a teenage, like, mum or whatever, teen pregnancy, and you're there like, okay, so doing the maths about who's going to be godmom. Like, it's just like, in the grand scheme of things, that is not important.
We've got bigger things to worry about. And also,
it
was just who was close to them at that time. Even as a godmother, I didn't say that responsibility to be like, oh no, this is my godmom. Girl, I am 14.
Yeah, exactly. I still need a godmother myself. Where's my godmother?
Where is my godmother, buddy? I don't know. I don't have godparents.
I had a godmom.
I don't have godparents.
God rest her soul, my auntie Florence. She was my godmother.
Yeah,
I haven't seen her she's obviously no longer with us, but I hadn't seen her for so many years. But yeah,
I think I just don't think it was a thing that, I don't know, might be a broad statement. My generation of parents that took that suit. Like all of your aunties were your aunties, isn't it? My mum's friends were just my aunties.
But there were some people that proper like, I feel like now we do, like, if you have that role.
Who are Naya's godparents?
I haven't, because she hasn't technically been welcomed into the kingdom of God yet. She is a child of God, but she hasn't actually had the whole ceremony or anything like that yet. So we don't have them yet.
I didn't get baptized until I was an adult.
Yeah.
So like my denomination of church waits for you to be an adult to do it, sort of thing. So I didn't get baptized as a child. It was like I got baptized as a choice.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So I got baptized as an adult, and it was a choice. I did go to Croatia on a party holiday the next day. God forgive me.
I mean, you went to, that's part of God's world, isn't it? You know, God created Croatia, so that is not a crime.
So and I remember, I still have pictures from my thinking. My friends were there all around the pool. Yeah. It was actually quite cute.
Yeah, no, I think I like that. I like the idea of letting people choose. I grew up Catholic, so I had a christening when I was a bit older. I had mine at like 4 or something, and then I did a joint one with my sister, which by the looks of things I'm probably going to end up having to do that for Anaya, because it's just not been something that we just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
But for us, because of schools, so if I like to get into a Catholic school, you must have had those.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You must have gone through those processes. So I'm going to do that for Anaya, because I just want to have the option to potentially go to a Catholic school. So we will do it, but it's just been
by the grace of God, I'm obviously gonna raise my kids by the grace of God in the Lord.
Of course.
Oh my God, Sunday school times were truly some of the best days of my life.
I used to love Sunday school.
There is still a bunch of us that we every time we see each other. We're
just memories on memories.
We went to a church called Foursquare Gospel Church that was by Plaistow, and we were our church made us performing kids.
That's where a lot of the greats started.
Oh my God, we used to perform in church so often. So May 27th, I don't know if it's just Nigerians, but May 27th is Children's Day. as like Nigerians. So every Children's Day, that service in church, we were on that stage performing our lives away. And then every other Sunday, they'd give us scriptures to go memorize. And the next Sunday, we have to be like, Matthew, John 3:16.
That's
and
good.
like, John 3:16.
Like
and you always had to come and remember. And they'd be like, yeah, clapping for you as you memorized your words. Like, we were like Sunday school kids. Like, till today, I still remember one of the dances. And
do
it's
you care
a song.
to get up and do it?
I can sing the song a little bit. And I promise you, every time I see these kids that we grew up with, and like some of them, like one of them hosts raves now. I will see him at a rave and we'll be like, it's time. Time for what? It's time. Yeah, time to make a change. We are the people who can do it. I loved Sunday school. Like, it was like, my first little boyfriend was from Sunday school. Like, all of that. We were proper, like, Sunday school
so much goes down in church,
kids.
Good things.
Yeah, like, we were proper Sunday. Like, that was my social life. I used to look forward to going to church on a Sunday so desperately because that was my social life. And also, I didn't go to the same church as my mum.
Okay.
So me and my sisters went to different churches for my mum.
Right, okay.
Because like my mum used to work every some Sundays. So she was just like, I just want you in church.
Yeah.
I don't care what church. That was actually so weird. My mum was never forced us to go to her church.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, she's gonna been like, also my mum goes to like a white garment church. Love you lot down, your praise and worship slaps. But it was never really for me sort of thing. But she was always like, fine, just go to whatever, just go to a church. So I remember we'll go then, I think now the place is, I don't know what it is now, but I don't know if it's a church anymore. But there used to be a pub next to it, a church and a chicken and chip shop. Let that service
what
finish.
a combination.
She's gonna get a chicken.
What a combination.
A little chicken and chips.
Go and have a cheeky drink and then have a chicken burger after.
It was such
it.
a time, man. 10 time that year.
Yeah, what a time.
Oh, I loved Sunday school.
I did really used to like Sunday school as well because it wasn't, I went to Catholic church, so it wasn't as voracious. What's the voracious?
I'm not doing that with you, by the way.
Anyway.
You're thinking about yourself. I'm not thinking anything.
It wasn't as, vibrant. Thank you. It wasn't as vibrant, but it was, I do remember just having a really good time and just like that, because in the Catholic church, it's like you go, you sit with your parents for a little bit, you're part of the ceremony, and then they call you to leave.
Oh my God, we had that as well. So we would do some, we'll go in, you do praise and worship, after praise and worship, I'm like, did you get us a kids church?
Exactly, and then you're just like, yay! And then the chaperones or whoever would come and like take all the kids and you'd go off to a separate room. And then I always remember there'd be like biscuits and squash and, egg mayo sandwiches. I love an egg mayo sandwich. Yeah.
They had the like babies to like 5 years old, then they had the like 5 to 10 and then the teenagers. So you saw yourself graduate through the schools.
Yeah.
But then there was one year that it just got to it, they were like, you were actually too old. So you had to stay.
Yeah.
The whole service.
Yeah, when you were too old for Sunday school, that was a sad time.
Like, you was too old by age, but mentally I was like...
Yeah, I'm still a kid. I'm just a baby girl.
That's the times I used to sleep during service. But and I'm saying I'm praying. Someone will slap me and say, no, I'm praying. Knowing damn well I was sleeping. And then it was one of those, you get some pastors, right? I remember so often I'd go to church with every intention of understanding that sermon. Like, I put my notepad down. I'm like, I'm really going to get it. And the first 5 minutes, I'm like, and then they'll just take a turn. And I'm like,
it's just like, no.
Sorry,
I can't relate. I'm 14.
Like, you lost me, buddy. I don't know what any of this means.
I don't know about the struggle and the
strife.
strife.
Talk about trials and tribulations. I don't have a single thing going on.
I'm not there yet, mate. It's just school.
There.
And my friends right now.
But now that I'm of age, come and see me sobbing.
Mate, yeah.
I'm like, oh God.
Fam, the last time I went to Worship Tabernacle, Pastor Ty was preaching. I felt like he was talking just directly to me. I was like, no, I hear what you're saying. But I remember one time I was in church, and because obviously with Catholic church, you go out for Holy Communion.
Yes.
But the bread used to slap.
I love communion.
So they used to
don't give you bread anymore. Now they give you this round plastic thing.
The wafers.
But it's kind of still slaps.
But no, I like the wafers.
Do you like the wafers?
We've always had the wafers at my church, And so one time I was trying to get two. In church, I was trying to steal the Lord's bread. So his name was Father Reggie. And I remember I'd gone up and then he gave me one and then I pretended to drop it, but it was secretly in my hand. So then I tried to get another one. And
you're actually such a big tramp.
And then he was like, I see it, go. And he was like, I can see it, just move. And
Why
I was
did
like,
you do that, Audrey?
I wanted one for now and one for later. Mind you, it's a wafer this big.
There's nothing it does.
Imagine
to
a
you.
Milky Bar button. That's
My
how big the
only
wafer
convenience
is.
They'll be like, okay, cool, take a bit. Because as soon as we get up, I think we've taken it. And then I've taken mine. And I'm looking at mine, I was like, oh, everybody's still holding theirs in their hands. And like,
Greedy,
I was too
hungry
forward.
Yeah.
Not church humour.
And then now they've got the little sachets or whatever of wine.
They're hard to open, man.
Yeah, and some of them, they're more elite churches,
this is such
they've got the
niche.
wafer on top.
Yeah, that's what my
And then
church
they've
has.
got-
That's my church
I
has.
love that because that's more of like a Ribena style drink.
So when it's communion Sunday, you
really
walk in.
good.
I love a communion because sometimes we thought they used to have set days for communion service Sundays, but now I feel like communion Sunday surprised me. I'm like, I didn't know there was communion Sunday, but as soon as you're walking there, got the thing there to
when you
pick.
see-
I'm like, let's
mate,
go, man.
I
And the
love
Lord
a-
knows I've
a
eaten this
wafer and
morning
wine.
because I had to get here on time.
And in my mind, that is really the blood and body of Christ.
Yes, it is.
Like,
Yeah.
it really, really is.
truly is.
But yeah, I miss those days.
Yeah, no, I still to today love going to church. I love the ritual of going to church. What I do miss and I want us to bring back, including myself, I used to, then I kind of stopped, is dressing up for church.
Yeah, there should be a dress code.
So
for
if
church,
you've
man.
ever been to a black church or grew up going to a black church, you know that,
Yeah, you
like, as
must
in,
come
we
dressed
had
in lines.
Sunday, we had church clothes.
Yeah.
We had church clothes and there was dressing up clothes and whatever. And the older I've got, the more I've lent into God said, come as you are.
Yeah.
I really lent into that and I've been like, oh, he said, come as you are in it. So I'm just going to come as anything.
Yeah.
But like, I do miss, that was a thing. My Sunday out, my church outfit, we'd have to pick it the Saturday night.
Yeah, I do think it's important to dress up for church just because like
I just love it.
We make the effort to dress up for other things
Yeah,
that are nowhere
yeah.
near as important. Do you know what I mean? So why would you not show up and show up for God? But I understand like, you know, sometimes it's a lot, the morning's hectic or whatever. And the most important thing is that you're going to church 100%. Like but I do think it would be nicer to dress up for church.
Yeah, I mean, my friends, we would literally go raving the Saturday night. And then on the way driving home, I was like, going to church, yeah? I'm like, yeah. Like I said, we're going to I'm going to I'll see you in church tomorrow. It's such a part of my life.
Yeah, I need to go more. I'm trying to go more often because I really want to introduce Anaya to church and prayer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she knows that before she goes to bed, she's like, amen. Like, she knows. It was so funny at my church. I tried to go to 2. So I do go to Worship Tabernacle every now and then, and I've got my Catholic church, which is down the road. It's literally a stone throw away from my house. And so, because obviously Anaya's a toddler, so last time I was there, they were like, oh, we've got like the kids area in the back, we've got soft play. So I was like, oh, bet, soft play.
Yeah.
Why was it? It was literally just a mat. I was like, where's the soft play? And it was literally just a mat with numbers. I was like, fair enough.
So what were you expecting of the church?
I thought,
as if it was like Jump Giant or whatever.
I genuinely thought it was going to be Jungle Gym. Like Kidzania. I literally thought, when she said soft play, that's what I thought it was going to, but alas, it was fine.
I can't lie to you, I truly enjoy a Jumping Giants. Them trampoline parks.
I went there the other day. I went to one on Monday. Oh my God.
I love a trampoline park.
I was in the soft play pretending I was chasing Anaya.
I love it. Like my niece and nephew act like they're a bit too old for it now. But the thing is, I know if I get them there, they'll have a good time.
Oh, they'll have a time.
But now they pretend that they're too old to. My sister sent me a video the other day because I used to make them. Do you know I used to get the plank and they'll fight? I used to make them do it all the time. My sister was like, you're such an agbaya. Like, I'll be like, go fight. Because I'm trying to fight. She sent me a video the other day, like, you were actually so wrong for this. Because they were children.
Making them box
and I used to cheer for the one. I'm like, yeah. Like the big agbaya that I am.
No, that's
literally
what aunties are for.
She sent me this the other day. Like, I used to make them be like, I want to fight. But look how small he is now. And I'm such a big boy.
No.
But I truly... invite me to a trampoline park any day.
Yeah, I'm not mad at like a trampoline park,
I'll be there.
a soft play,
a theme park, all of that. I love a theme park.
Yeah,
I want to do a Thorpe Park day soon.
Same. The last time we went to Thorpe Park was it even Thorpe Park?
No, it was Alton Towers.
Was it Alton Towers?
Alton Towers or Chessington, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But that was with Spotify and shit. That was actually a really fun day.
That was a really fucking fun day.
That was like, I just love like fun.
Yeah, it was really wholesome fun.
Don't take yourself seriously. Just be silly.
Was Madam Joyce there as well?
I think so,
Yeah, I feel like she was.
Yeah,
it was like a school trip that day.
Yeah. There was like a podcast school trip. No, we did.
They had like packed lunches,
and then we went late and then we had to run through to go get to the meeting point. Oh my God, yes, I actually do remember that.
What a time.
I miss when people, again, it's something we used to do with church as well. Like you take a coach to a beach or they'll take kids to Chessington or to Alton Towers and you all meet at the meeting point. And it was always like a supermarket car park.
Yep.
Like the Asda's meeting point.
Meet
you all meet there,
get
get in the coach,
we'll go to
drive
the
you to the zoo, drive you to Alton Towers, drive you. Thorpe Park. What a time! I want to sort that out.
We used to be a community.
I'm gonna plan it. I'm gonna get a bunch of people and get a coach, and then we're gonna go to Thorpe Park.
Yeah, that's very doable. That would be so fun.
I love that.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, I want to do that for sure.
But yeah.
But did I even get there from my trainer? Was that my 4 things? Yeah, that was my 4 things.
What was the 4th thing though?
It was Jay-Z.
Oh, it was about
pregnancy.
Going to church.
No,
it was about teenage
blood
pregnancies.
test and size of things.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Every so often I'll just be at home thinking, and I'll be like, oh, that's a thing.
I was thinking. I was just.
I don't know what I'm going to do with these thoughts when we're not recording.
I know. Where are they going to go?
Where are my thoughts going to go?
Just gonna have to.
Look, I'm just going to have to live with multiple tabs open in my mind.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, once I'm talking about it, that tab is closed now.
Closed.
I'm like, I can just press X on it.
No, 100%. 100%.
Maybe I'll I don't know, take Substack more seriously than I am.
Yeah, there's definitely ways to execute.
There's outlets, baby.
There's outlets on outlets.
How has your week been? Have you had any thoughts, any pressing things that have happened?
Yeah, no, my week's been decent.
Oh,
it's not been like particularly exciting.
Right.
But,
okay.
No, my week's been good, but I was angered because I know that we've been talking about it's been very lighthearted and fun, but of course dark things happen and then it just kills the mood. But I'm really fucking angry. Judge Rowland, whatever your name is, it will never be well with you. Did you hear that story about the boys, the rapists? Yeah. I don't know, man. When it comes to grave crimes against women,
say that.
I just think. So basically, there was a story about, I think it was 3 young guys. Their identity hasn't been revealed. The only information that we know is that they're from the traveller community. But to be honest with you, it's irrelevant. You know, I feel like when it comes to crimes against women, like the common denominator is men. So all of that doesn't even really matter. I saw a great
clip the other day when someone was like, if there was no men, who would protect women? And girl was like, from who?
Yeah, exactly. We'd actually be safe. There's like
who am I protecting them from? Like, from who?
I think one time this tweet went viral of someone just being like, women, what would you do if there was like no men around for the day? Like, and people were just saying the most simple things. I would go for a run at 2 a.m.
Well, yesterday, because I'm trying to close my rings every single day, right? It was like 10 o'clock and I was like, oh, I still need to have blood. I was just like, I'll go for a walk. I was like, in which country? Yeah. The way I got my walking pad out and started walking, my living room,
just walking your house.
Yeah, I was just like, no, thank you.
Yeah, and it was just the most simple things, and you just think when you actually deep it, it's just like raw. Like we actually have to fear for our life so much. But anyway, so this story of these, I believe it's 3 young guys who they basically lured. I think there's 2 victims. They lured these victims via Snapchat, which. Mad stuff always seems to happen on Snapchat, into thinking that they were just going on a date, and then they sexually assaulted the girls, raped them, filmed it, and then put it out on socials. And so there's so much to unpack, just, you know, when you just talk about the crime itself.
That so heinously as a crime, and then thinking, I'm going to post this because you're you're not even ashamed of the crime. No, shit. Like, I don't like, but like, you're like, oh, and here was my...
Exactly, and here's the evidence of what I've done.
Of what I've just done.
And that's the thing about, like, when we talk about rape culture, all of this stuff is rape culture. Like, the fact that, like, that was a bragging moment for these guys.
Get bragging rights for
it's
it.
minimized. Like, and we can never, ever, ever live in a world where rape and the violation of women's bodies are minimized. Like, never. Not on my fucking watch. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that they did that tells you that they don't see anything wrong with what they've done. And like somewhere along the line, we've got it horribly wrong where young boys feel like they can do this to women, to young girls. Let me even use the right terminology because these are girls and these are boys. Like, these are very young people. Put it out there and think that it's okay and not fear the repercussions, not just from the moral aspect.
And then what's so fucked about it is that, like, for them, there's been no repercussions.
Exactly. So this case made it to trial, which is quite rare because a lot of these cases don't even see justice in any way, shape or form. It's made it to trial. They've made it to court. And then fucking raggedy Judge Rowland, he decides that he is not going to punish these boys by way of any jail time because they're just boys and he would hate to criminalize them so young. What? And he even praised them for not getting in trouble for the last year. Whilst the court case was pending, they hadn't violated any probations or they hadn't done anything wrong in that short space of time. I think it was like 5 or 6 months. So because they were on their best behavior from what you know of for 5 to 6 months, you're going to actually praise them and say that you don't want to ruin their lives. You don't want them to have this stain on
what about the life of the girl who's actually the girl? Was it girls or girls?
Yeah, they were girls. Yeah, it was
that
two girls.
have actually now been ruined like for the rest of their lives.
Exactly. No one cares about that trauma of the girls. And I think one of the girls broke down and just says that she basically felt like she was being violated all over again. And these boys have just been left off to go scot-free, and a lot of people were riled up about it, rightly so, because it's actually a joke. And because these things they set themselves as precedents, isn't it? It's like, once you don't make examples of people, you actually give it the okay to normalise it in our society.
Yeah, of course, because I'm young. I mean? If I do it below a certain age, it'll be fine because I'm young, so I won't get in trouble for it.
And it's just like the fact that they didn't fear the weight of the law in the first place is already scary enough as it is. And you've
told them it's okay. You told those boys, what you did is actually not that bad. Like, it's fine.
It's not punishable.
And also, I absolutely hate the standards that, they're just boys. Boys will be boys. Like, it is possibly one of the most dangerous rhetoric I've ever heard in my life, because what are you talking about? And also, by saying that, it kind of like makes them feel like what they're doing, it's not their fault, it's because they're boys.
It's going to give them, forever give them an excuse.
Trapping this girl, raping her, putting it's not because you're bad people, it's just because you're boys.
Exactly.
Like, what are you talking about?
Mind you, this whole thing was premeditated, and that's what's very scary. The fact that you coerced these girls, you manipulated them into thinking that they were going on a casual date. Listen, teenagers go on dates. It is not a crime. Like, even the idea that, like, to make it, to victim blame, or not that I've seen anyone doing it, but I can imagine the kind of questions these sorts of things drum up are like, well, why were you going to go lick them in the first place? These guys lied to them. These boys lied to them and made it seem like it was innocent flirting. They were going on a date. Come on, we've all been teenagers before. You fancy guys. You're starting to get those feelings. That part is completely normal. What is not normal and what is not okay is that you lie to these girls, you corner them, you put them in vulnerable, dangerous situations, you rape and violate them, film it, and then put it out on social media. Like, I can't even imagine. And then on top of that, this Judge Rowland, whatever his name is, basically was like, oh, well, I think all three guys had some sort of like neurodivergence or something. One of them had ADHD, one of them has extreme learning difficulties. I am so sorry. I don't give a flying fuck. There was plenty of people that are out here that are neurodivergent that are not this way inclined. So to even link the two is actually disgusting in itself, because what are you trying to say about people that are neurodivergent?
Many men have it.
Like, that
Many
is
men have,
sick.
yeah.
They did that in spite of those things, as far as I'm concerned. That's got fuck all to do. One thing has got nothing to do with another. They're mutually exclusive as far as I'm concerned. And to use that as an excuse to like not give them any time or not make an example out of them, and again, just leave women to just pick up the pieces and leave these victims to live with this violation.
And not watch the people who did this to them get punished.
Right.
They get to watch them just have normal lives and just be fine and kind of like, so then they're already going through so much that this thing has happened to them, right? And then it's this idea of they have to live through this and then every day know that this person even got away with it.
Exactly.
So they got away with it.
And as far as I'm concerned, those boys are a threat to society, because if they haven't been punished, if they haven't had to feel the repercussions of their actions, what makes you think that they're not gonna
They don't
do it
think
again?
they did anything wrong because you told them they're just young boys. That's why, like, if someone says, "Oh, it's just because you're this," you kind of like, "Oh, like that's an excuse to be like, well, it's not my fault. I was just a boy." So then when I do more fucked things, well, I'm a man, it's my animal instincts. And then when you tell people this is happening to you because of your genes, it's just like, oh, I guess it's just what it's meant to be.
And the thing that's scary about boys will be boys is that we don't think about how that turns into men. They turn into men. They're not going to be boys forever. Like, because we don't stop saying that sentence. Not that we should have ever said it in the first place, but we don't stop saying it when people turn 18. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and it's never for good things.
The actions.
You never say boys will be boys when they do good things. When they've like achieved something well, whatever. It's always for bad behavior. It's always for heinous behavior. That it's like, oh, boys will be boys. Oh, when they're like violent, when they're rough, when they're thinking, when they do crime, apparently, fuckingly, we say, oh, they're just boys and boys will be boys, which is crazy.
Crazy. And what is the excuse for women? Because there's never any excuse for girls. Girls are conditioned and raised to be flawless, to not make mistakes, to
be kind, and to be nice to men, to be understanding.
And God forbid you have any, you have sexual urges or you have sexual desires. All of those things, we're taught to repress those things, but the same energy isn't given to boys. Like, it is actually repulsive. And like, listen, are two things true? Yeah. Like, is there a bigger conversation? Like, we're obviously still fucking up when it comes to this whole thing of like consent and what that means and the violation of women's bodies and inceldom and all of that stuff. And I thought because we were having more conversations, we would see less of this.
Yeah.
But to see it being like something that's actively happening now amongst all the information that we have at our disposal, like there's a disconnect somewhere that we need to figure out what the root is so we don't even get to this point. And the point is not to further police girls, because girls are policed enough and they're still being violated. Do you know what I mean? It's actually insane that like amongst all the policing we do with young girls, these things are still happening. We need to be very frank and honest about what the issue is, and the issue is how we are raising boys and men. Like, that's what the issue is, because girls will do everything right and these situations will still happen to them. So, like, I just think that we're not being honest about what we need to be telling our young boys.
Because the takeaways always are like, oh, girls should be more alert, they should be more careful. That's not the fucking takeaway.
No, it isn't, because you can be as alert as they come, and some shit can still happen to you. Women are literally minding their business, going to work, doing nothing. Even if you are the perfect victim, right? You're the perfect person, you can still find yourself being the perfect victim. There is nothing that women can do in these situations. Like, let's be honest about what we need to do here when it comes to how we're raising our boys. Like, something has gone completely off, because what makes you think that you have the right to someone's body like that? To like just take someone's innocence like that. And then on top of it, you've got the powers that be not recognizing these things as crimes. We are fucking doomed. But luckily, like, people are really outraged about this, as they should. And, you know, there's been petitions upon petitions going around to sort of overturn this lack of a ruling, because again, these boys were supposed to just got off scot-free or whatever, and people are really angry about it, and rightly so. And I really, really hope something gets done about it, because it's disgusting and it's setting a precedence. Like, it's going to continue to happen again.
So
and
are
again.
they going to overrule what this man has said?
I hope so. But we don't know where we are with all of that stuff yet. But there's
No, that's the kind of thing. Someone needs to spend their whole life fighting for these girls.
Yeah,
their parents, and like someone needs to spend their whole life fighting for these girls, because absolutely the fuck no. It says too much about what can possibly happen in the future. Not just about these, but just about other boys thinking, oh yeah, they'll just you'll get away with it.
Exactly.
And then also, not even to racialize things. If these were black boys.
Oh, they'd have the book thrown at them so quickly, and rightly so.
Yeah, and rightly so, by the way. Rightly so. And then you get the people like Reform who are now like, oh, everyone who's a paedophile, everyone who's raping women are foreigners. Where were you on this case?
Again, we don't know the race or the ethnicity of these boys. That hasn't been put into the public domain yet. But if
they would have put their face in it.
If that information does come out, all you people that are fighting for our women and girls, I'm going to need you to stand the fuck up.
For every
woman.
Like,
honestly, now is the time to fight for your women and girls. Like, this is a perfect example. Don't just fight when you think it's Pakistani men, when you think it's black and brown men. Now is the time. Like, if you truly care, but we all know they don't. It's
of course you don't care, yeah.
But if you really do, then you would care about victims. You would care about perpetrators, no matter what race they are.
Babies.
So I just pray for those young girls. I pray that this doesn't just like make too. It's gonna, it's a life-changing thing. But I just pray that they're able to overcome it.
I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it to be like, we like, this cannot be the final ruling. This cannot be the like, too many things have happened in recent years that we're just like, that we've been expected just to take.
No, the Epstein files is mad to me.
And more things keep happening. I feel like it's like a social experiment at this point, just to be like, let's see how much more you're going to shut up about. Like, you make a noise about it for a while, and then you get bored and then you shut up, but we actually don't do anything or change anything about it. Like, and I think a lot of the times we're tired. So I'm not even blaming the people, because it shouldn't be our job to be fighting for everything all the time. But I do think it's got to a point that there's just like, oh, you shut up soon.
Yeah, and
you'll be tired and you shut up soon, and then we move on to the next heinous thing, and then you talk about it and then you shut up again, and nothing is changed. Nothing feels like it's changing. And I know there's women in high places. I know there's like societies and corporations or whatever who are fighting for this kind of thing, but it's honestly.
Yeah, when are we going to see the results?
Like, there was no time in your life that you'd hear something like this and you'd be like, oh yeah, the boys will get away with it. I'm like, of course they won't. Like I said, we have a justice system. We have there's video evidence. There's no, they're going to slime away and be like, oh, it wasn't them. Especially this case. Everything about this case should mean it's tracked. They've got the conversations from Snapchat, I assume. They've got the, so it's premeditated. They've got the videos that they post online, so you know this has happened. Nothing about this is that like
the boys have even denied it.
Well, exactly. So nothing about this is blurry.
It's clear cut. Yeah.
But yet you want me, a straight thinking normal woman, to just be like, oh yeah, sure, cool, I guess.
And the thing is,
no,
that judge, they need to check his hard drive, because what goes on in your head, outside of the fact that you can relate to these people, and I'm not accusing them of anything, but I find it weird that you wouldn't see this as a clear-cut case that is sort of punishable by doing some sort of jail time.
Nothing is a question
because you're
mark.
not going to rehabilitate these boys in any way, shape, or form. Like, and I get the idea of rehabilitation because they say people go into, but there are some crimes. Honestly, I'm sorry, I don't care. Like, until we have a better system, you need to go to jail. When people do heinous things like this, which means that like other people's exactly. Other people's lives are going to be ruined. This is not like a harmless crime where other people are not involved.
To the society.
They are quite literally a threat to society. And until we have something else, another system in place, which means that people can be rehabilitated so that they don't do these things again, I think that when it comes to crimes of violation, murder, stuff, you need to be in jail. Sorry, like you need to
be isolated.
You need to be isolated. Yeah. You need to be punished. You need to have your freedom taken away from you. Listen, I'm not mad at that. So the fact that they've harmed other people so violently means that they should see jail time. I thought that would just go without saying, you know, even if it was, I don't even know.
That's what angers me the most about it, because I'm like, wait, there's nothing about this that's a question mark.
Right.
There's nothing about, we don't actually know if the boys were there at that location.
It's not blurry. It's not these,
nothing is blurry. It's actually
said,
such a
she said.
In fact, it should be like a really very easy court case. You do this thing and here's the years you're getting.
And the thing is, this is not the first time judges have made raggedy sort of like judgments on these things, and it's always when it comes to women's crimes. There was another case, I think this is in Ireland though, and the judge had asked the victim what kind of underwear she was wearing, and I think it was like based on her underwear, she was wearing lacy underwear, so therefore, and basically victim blamed her and said, because you were wearing lacy underwear, like you enticed this man, basically, you encouraged your own brutality, essentially. And I'm pretty sure that person walked off scot-free. There is something about, and I get that like being a judge and stuff like that, you go through years and years and years of working in the system, working in law to get to that. But I feel like some of these people are old and raggedy, and maybe their mindset, they have biases that they cannot get their head around. Because if you're active in today's society and you're privy to the conversations that we're having and how we've moved past like a lot of the old mindsets that we had, I would like to think that would come into play.
I don't even think you need to be active in society.
Yeah, it's right and wrong is wrong.
Because like as in like
you
don't need to know what the kids are thinking now, because what the kids are thinking now about this, it's not revolutionary.
It's actually true.
Like they're saying don't harm women. Yeah. They're saying that no matter what, you actually don't have a right to someone's body.
It's true.
They're saying that like, because even if it was like, it was an old person and you thought she was clothed, you're asking her what underwear she's wearing.
What the hell has that got to do with
What's
anything?
that got to do with absolutely anything? So
Even if she was wearing no underwear.
Exactly, this is not a revolutionary thought that shouldn't have happened to her.
The bias is, and you're right. It's one of the oldest crimes in time. Otherwise we wouldn't criminalize people for it.
Yeah.
It's this idea that like, it's a hatred for women. That's ultimately what it boils down to. And just a lack of respect for the things that our oppression. That's all it is. It's just this mindset of like, women are just moaning again. Like, are you sure? Like people don't really need, like weird ideologies that people like uphold. And I feel like these are the things that come into play when they're making these decisions. And it's scary. It's just really, really scary. And I'm just so bored. And I'm so bored of telling girls like what they can and can't do. I'm so bored of girls having to be policed about where they can go, how late they can be out. Like, no, we've done that. We've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. It's not working. No, we need to get to the fucking nitty gritty of these situations. Like, women should be able to go wherever the hell they want at any time, and they should feel safe. They shouldn't feel like they're going to be taken advantage of. Like, what are we going to do about it? So, yeah, I mean, I pray for those victims because they're so young, and to just have your innocence taken away from you like that it's just abhorrent. And Judge Rowland, it will never be well with you.
And also, surely, do you know how like every certain amount of years you have to go get like a retail. If you work with kids, right, you have to go get your, is it CRB or whatever? You have to go get, it's updated, right? Can't these people be updated? Is there no like course to be like, here is a course that you have to watch about biases and all of these kind of things as well? Because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't know if it's a thing whereby like maybe the system needs to be rejigged in a way that like when it's women's issues, but women can also be pick-me's. Women can also have internalized misogyny. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't guarantee that there's going to be a good outcome, because it doesn't mean anything. So maybe some sort of training does need to, I don't know. But we need to start taking this seriously, because I always thought that rape was a very serious crime, but the fact that we're trying to minimize it consistently is scary to me. It really is. So yeah, that was sad. Yeah, it just pisses me off.
I just hope that the ruling is over.
Same. I really hope
like this
something
can't
happens.
be the end of this story, and then these girls disappear and have to deal with it for the rest of their lives.
No, people are on their necks.
People
are really on their necks. I love that. I love that for us.
And also, there's just kind of this whole thing of there just seems to be years of like men destroying women's lives in this way and getting to be redeemed and getting to be fined and fine and live their life in years to come and still be absolutely okay.
Watch them protect these boys more. They'll probably be in the witness protection program. They haven't revealed their identity, so already there's a level of protection, but I'm guessing it's because they're minors. But we would have found a way, because if people really want to, they will. But I think it was that young Marcus guy, rest in peace, the one that had the situation in Dubai, and then he came back and got run over.
That story
still spins me.
Yeah, it's so sad.
He was in he didn't get run over. Sorry, he was in a car accident.
Yeah, he's now lost his life.
But what the actual hell?
This is gonna sound really insane, and I probably shouldn't say it out loud. Sometimes I'm like, when I think about that story, I definitely shouldn't say this out loud, but alas, here she is carrying on. When I think about that story, I'm like,
warfare.
No, was a Dubai thing his protection? As in, like, go to that prison for a little bit and sit down. I know that sounds really stupid and like life happens or whatever, and I'm definitely thinking like a big auntie here. But I'm like, because what the fuck? He just came home. Like,
after all of that fighting. And it's mad because that shouldn't have happened to him. Yeah. What happened in Dubai was a complete injustice. And that girl and her family, I don't know so much the girl, but more definitely her family.
Her family.
You are a wicked, wicked, wicked person.
That mum is wicked.
That mum is wicked, because you didn't want to believe that your daughter, like, people really turn their blinders on.
And also, it wasn't even a situation where, say the situation, because people don't know the situation.
Yeah, so this young guy, his name was Marcus, God forgive me, I can't remember his surname, but he was in a situation, I think this was like a couple of years ago, where he was having sex with his girlfriend. Yeah. Like, they were on holiday in Dubai. I think they both found themselves out there. They were both in Dubai. They had sex. It was completely consensual. There was proof upon proof. I think they had WhatsApp conversations and text messages to prove that this sex was consensual. Marcus Fakana. Yes, Marcus Fakana. Thank you, Amanda. And so they had sex, and then I think the girl's mum caught them, and the girl's mum called the Dubai authorities. He was arrested because that is a crime in Dubai to be having non-marital sex, I think. In Dubai, I'm not sure what the age of consent is over there, so I'm not sure if it was an age of consent thing or if it was just because they're not married. Yeah. But either way, it was a crime. He got arrested and he was thrown in jail for this act that was consensual, and they were both, and there wasn't even an age gap, so it wasn't a statutory rape situation. It was nothing. Because they were the same age, if they a couple of months apart. So I think she was 17 and he was 18, but by a few months. So they're age mates. So the mum called the police and had him arrested, and he was in jail in Dubai for a while. I want to say he was in jail for at least 6 to 8 months, something like that. Yeah, he was in there for a minute, and people were fighting. I think people were here like rallying and campaigning. They were trying to get David Lammy on the situation. They were trying to get the British Embassy involved to be like, yo, like, this is mental. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's bring these kids back and let's deal with them on home soil kind of thing. But over in the Middle East, they don't play with stuff like that. So he done a lengthy sentence. Anyway, eventually it all got figured out and he was able to come back home, thank God. And then a few months later, he died in a car accident. Like, you actually can't make it up. Like, that story to me is so wild. And yeah, rest in peace to him. But it will never be well with the mum. It will just never ever be well with her, because to do that to someone, and you can't tell me that wasn't a racialized situation, because if that was another, I believe the girl was South Asian, if that was a South Asian boy, you're not doing all of that.
Yeah.
You're just not. You're calling their parents, you're sitting down, you're having a meeting, you're not criminalizing this boy for this. You're just not. And so, yeah.
There's been loads of conversations about, because you just mentioned age of consent in the UK, about closing it. Closing the age of consent gap. So basically, at the moment in the UK and in Europe, I think age of consent to have sex is 16. So now there's I think it's called close the sex gap. I can't remember exactly what it is. I was just trying to figure it out. Their whole thing is that like they're not trying to stop teenagers from having sex with teenagers, right? You can't like, if you're 16 and he's 16, you're like, okay, cool, whatever. What they're trying to figure out is that like, how can we stop it? So if a 30-year-old has sex with a 16-year-old,
Russell Brand,
you cannot, literally, you cannot say, oh, well, it's legal, because legal doesn't mean safe.
and moral.
So, exactly. So they're trying to figure out, wait, so the law now means that at 16, you can have sex with your dad's mate and that's legal.
Because it's technically legal. Yeah, there definitely needs to be
and
some
nobody's
loopholes.
going to jail for that. Nobody's as in like, maybe your dad will stop talking to him. But like as in like,
that's not a crime.
it's not crime. And in his sick mind, he might be like, Russell Brand, I did nothing wrong.
And that is how people rationalize these things, by that marker of the law.
Yeah.
But the law it's a shaky thing. I don't like when people pick and choose, how they want to abide by the law, because some things just make no sense. But I definitely think that is an important thing to hash out.
Yeah.
Because it is technically.
And that's what everyone, because even when I've seen people like replying to the Russell Brand thing, a lot of men are like, well, it's not legal. It's not illegal. That's what everyone is like, well, he didn't break the law. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't break because as we've seen with loads of research and loads of videos online, apparently if given the chance, these men will do the exact same.
Yeah, they would. Some have even said as young as 5.
They would
in
do
those surveys.
the exact, in their, like what's shocked about those surveys, some of them are barefaced. It's not like they've like hidden their faces and they're like,
They're not
I'm going to say my truth. They are barefaced, camera in their face, mic in hand, and they're like, yeah, actually, I think it should be, we're in big trouble.
Yeah. We're
but
doomed.
I also don't know how that would work.
No, there's a way that they can do it. It's very simple. Sex between teenagers is not a crime.
But then if people are going to get techie, they'll be like, well, if you're 20 and your girlfriend's 18.
The 18, that's age of consent.
No, but then if the man is 20, he's not a teenager. Or the girl was 20 and she's sleeping with a teenager.
If you are
there's so
over
many,
the age of 21, if you're over the age of 21, you can't sleep with anybody
in their teens. That's not going to... 19 and 21. 19 and 23.
Yeah, then they should wait till they're 20.
Like, I don't know. Like, genuinely, like, is someone smarter than
me?
Like, how would it work?
There's a way,
because that's always the way like men have kind of done the thing to be like, well, she was about, like, she could have been 15 yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, well, she's 16 today.
What's his name from fucking Boys to Men? That was his fucking loophole. That was his get out of jail card, because Brandy wrote her memoir, and Wanye from Boys to Men, they were in a relationship when they were younger. And
Wanye is a crazy name. Is that his birth name?
Yeah.
Wanye.
Yeah. I bet you any money.
It might mean something in a different language.
His mum is probably called Yvonne and his dad was called Wayne. Americans love that.
That was like one girl with Garyella.
No, Garyella is taking the fucking piss.
Garyella is crazy. I'm so sorry. But like,
we don't need to fuse our parents' names.
Also, not only that, no need to fuse our parents' names. We don't need to love men enough to call girls their name.
Exactly.
We don't need a Waynette. We don't need a Waynetta.
No, we actually don't. Like, Waynetta is insane.
Yeah, like we do not love that man enough. That you now give your daughter's name a remix. If now he has a unisex name, cool.
Yeah, exactly. The name that I like that is like technically a boy's name that I love for girls is Adrian.
Really?
Yeah, I really like that. Other than that, I'm not really like what. Yeah, I'm not really. But that fusing that one, no, please, never in your life do that again. I don't care.
Waynetta.
Waynetta is like what?
Wentoinette.
Wayne Toinette is mad.
Let's just give this girl a different name.
James Lynn.
The most I can be head ass about a man. I can't lie. I can run a junior.
Yeah, junior's cute.
I can be so head ass that I can run a junior.
I'm not mad at a junior. I think junior's cute if they already have quite a nice name.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
also, it kind of only works if they're called something with an A. so like age, like something junior, right? Because a BJ, no one's calling your kid a BJ.
Don't call your son Billy Junior. Don't call him that.
A CJ. I guess it works, but like I can be head-ass enough to say a junior. But to now remix your man-ass name.
Yeah, no.
Into my,
yeah. Feminizing a typical man's name. Just be big and brazy and just call them that then.
Exactly.
Like, call your daughter Wayne.
Exactly.
Call her Gary. You don't need...
Like... Nigella.
Is that Nigella?
Nigel.
That's called Nigel.
Oh, for God's sake.
Well, she's just famous enough just to make it all right.
Yeah, it
Wait,
works
do we
with
get many
Nigella.
women named after their mums? I don't know anybody that's named after their mum.
No, but okay. So remember a couple of weeks ago I was talking about Nature Boy documentary that I was watching with the cult. The girl on there, she named her daughter Eliana.
After herself.
Her name was Eliana and she called her daughter Eliana.
No imagination. Yeah, I don't know any girls named after their mum. Maybe like their grandma or something, or like a woman in the family, but I don't know anyone named after their mum. Yeah.
It's all patriarchy. We need to change that.
When you see a TJ, don't ask me any stupid questions.
Yeah, I'm not mad at a young junior, but my God, the fusing of names
the fusing of names
is insane.
Garyella is the worst one I know.
No, Garyella is terrible. Sorry for all the Garyanns out
So
there.
sorry,
That ain't it. That ain't it. I would run to the deed poll people with immediate effect.
Like, what's even a good one of like a mix of their... Why do you need to be a mix of your parents'
You
names?
don't.
Crazy.
Yeah.
No, sorry, what were you talking about?
So the reason I was... because we was talking about Wanye and Brandy
Wanye,
and their relationship. And he was like... So she wrote in her memoirs how she basically was groomed in that relationship, which would make sense because she was quite literally 15 when they met. And then they dated, and he was like 21, 22 when they were dating. And this is the thing about receipts.
Doesn't a 22-year-old see a 15-year-old as a kid?
You should, because
Like,
they are.
Because you know when you're at a certain age, for example, when I was 10, a 5-year-old was a baby.
But that's
I'm
big auntie.
Baby.
I'm big auntie. Yeah.
When I was 15, a 10-year-old was like, I hang with that. That's my little cousins.
That's why, you know that trend where people are saying like, we're this age now, but we met, no, we're together. There's this trend where basically people are like, we're together, but we were this age, and they've got like a bit of an age gap, and then they'll do like their baby pictures, and like and it would be like a newborn, and then they were 3, and then they'll be like, the kid was 3 and they were 6. That's a weird trend, but people with big age gaps shouldn't be doing that.
Trends, no, it's not even, because I think it shows very apparently, I think it proves my point in terms of when you're younger, that age gap feels massive.
It's massive.
But when you're older, 3 gap, it doesn't mean anything. A 10-year-old gap doesn't mean anything when you're older. If someone's 30,
when
someone's 40,
over,
it's not, it's fine. Even if you're 20 and someone's 30, everything is fine. But this, like, as a 21-year-old, do you think you are grown up? So now that a 15-year-old...
Talk less of when you're in the industry, you've been in it for a minute, like you have a whole career.
Babe, you are at uni and 15 years in secondary school.
Exactly. That's disgusting.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, but the only thing I can think of is that she was Brandy at the time, so she was working, she's not in school, so you don't necessarily see her in that... Whatever, it's all disgusting. They were dating at that age, and then he kept on but they were clips of like him doing podcasts on him and like the Breakfast Club or whatever, talking about how they were making jokes, Charlemagne and that, talking about how he took her virginity, and he was like, all I know, because Charlemagne was like, how old are you? And he was like, all I know is she was old enough to get it. These times she was 15, 16. But now, because we've got those receipts and this memoir's come out and she's talking about being groomed, he's now trying to backtrack, talking about, and trying to add salt and pepper, talking about, I think she was 16, 17, and I think I was like 19. Like, no, sir, you know damn well that girl was 15 and you were 21, because she said that in the book.
Also, retelling that story as an old man and then saying she was old enough to get it, that makes you even more creepy.
Exactly, but back then when he was doing that interview, this was like pre-Me Too. This was pre...
But he was grown though.
He was big. Like, he was a big man. He was well into his 40s when he's saying all of this.
To even say that.
But them times there, we weren't talking about consent and grooming and rape culture as much as we talk about it now. So he's there bragging, thinking that he ate with that, when actually now, through these eyes, through these lenses that we're looking at now, we're like, no, that is highly problematic that you were talking that way. And he knows it's problematic because people are bringing it up. And he's like, now he's trying to downplay it, talking about, she was 16, she was 17, 18 maybe, and I was like 20, 21, and saying how he was so immature. He was a baby. He was so young. Like, no, you were not.
Guess who was actually a baby?
Exactly.
The 15-year-old you were dating.
Quite literally the 15-year-old. And you actually groomed her. And then he was trying to make all these excuses about how her parents parents allowed it to happen. I don't know how true that is, if they were, you know, in a relationship or whatever, but they've got that song together, Broken Hearted or whatever.
Speaking of Brandy,
that's a banger.
what is Ray J's problem?
I know. No, but do you know what? I've got a theory. I've got a theory on them, you know. So basically, I think that Brandy, obviously we know Brandy, elite R&B, like elite.
Did you see clips from her from Roots Picnic?
Yeah, I saw.
Gosh, that woman can sing.
I know. I can't wait to see her on Sunday.
Oh yeah, you're gonna go see her. Oh my God, you have to come back all of the details.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
I've seen Brandy live once.
I've never seen her, so I'm really excited.
When they call her the vocal Bible, that woman's voice.
And the thing is, we don't actually give her enough credit.
And it's a different kind of voice. I don't know how to explain it. It's like husky-ish.
It's husky, raspy. Yeah, her range is insane.
It's the angel in the sky, angel in disguise.
Yeah?
Angel in disguise. Angel in the sky she was, wish you never fell for her. Do you know that song?
No.
Are you joking?
Is it a Brandy song?
Yeah. Are you joking? You don't know Angel in Disguise?
I don't think so.
Brent, do you know Angel in Disguise? No. There's nobody a Brandy fan in this room.
Is it a B-cut?
No! Angel in Disguise she was. Wish you never... No, you have to know this song.
No.
There's absolutely no... I hope everyone else is losing their mind as much as I am, that you don't know Angel in Disguise.
Wait. No,
because sometimes I sing... I'm a bad singer, so I sing songs so badly, people don't know what I'm singing. But this one...
No, I do know this song. I do know this song. I do know that song. I do know that song. Yeah, I do know that song. What album is that on again?
Brandy, it was in... Never Say Never.
Yeah, that is a banger. Sorry, I do know that song.
Because that's the same album as If You Ever...
yeah.
That album slaps. Sorry, so that album had Angel in Disguise. Wait a minute. The Boy Is Mine almost doesn't count.
Oh my God, almost doesn't count?
Till this day, that song will bring me to tears. That song will bring me to...
Banger.
I will never forget, because I've always been a dramatic person, right? I remember one time walking home from the park. It was Dagenham Park, not the school, the park. Because the school is now called Dagenham. And I think I just got in an argument with my boyfriend, and it was now late, and I was now walking home, and now put Almost Doesn't Count to soundtrack my life because I was dramatic like that.
No, sometimes you need a slow song to really bring out the emotions.
Yeah, I can think back to that day and start crying again because I was just so like sad.
You were so damn bad, yeah.
Okay, so it has Almost Doesn't Count, Top of the World.
Banger.
You Don't Know Me Like You Used to. Do you know that one? Never Say Never.
Yeah.
Have You Ever? Nah, she made bangers. Have you ever heard a version of Everything I Do?
No.
Sent by Brian Adams.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Brandy's
Everything
version.
I Do. Yes, I have heard it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't
because
realise.
they both got raspy voices.
Yeah. I didn't realise that was all on one album, you know. This must have been her best album of all time.
Yeah, I think that is her best album.
Wow, this album's older.
No, the Moon one.
1998. I just got into the country. Full Moon.
Full Moon. That album slaps as well. That's got bangers and bangers and bangers as well.
Yeah, so your theory.
So I think, that because, you know, like Brandy is up here. Like she's elite. Like she hasn't really had that many controversies over... She's had some, but like she's known for her talent, right? She's up there. And then Ray J is kind of down there because he's quite raggedy. He went down a whole different avenue with the reality TV and the messiness and all the controversial relationships, all the rest of it. But I do think, though, that Ray J has Brandy's approval to be her mouthpiece sometimes.
Do you know
what I mean?
that she wants
because
to say,
it
but
doesn't
then she
make
will
sense because they actually have a very close relationship.
Yes, and their parents are good, strict parents.
They come from the same household, which gave us
but
Brandy.
Is that not evidence that it doesn't matter?
It almost doesn't count.
It actually doesn't matter. It's almost like it doesn't count.
But I think that he allows her because that time when Beyonce didn't say hi to Brandy, Ray J was screaming up and down, and I can't imagine. And I think she's okay with it. I feel like I'm not gonna do it, but if my brother wants to do it, then go do it because he's been moving mad. Like
he got knocked out recently.
Yeah, I saw he got knocked out. But the thing with Ray J is he does such mad things that sometimes I don't know what's an act,
what's an act or a real
and what's
thing.
real.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Would you do a celebrity fight?
No.
If they said, if
like,
it was
get
like,
in the ring.
you're both in it knowing that like, don't be stupid, don't hurt me here, that we're here for the money.
No, that's not my thing. No, I wouldn't do that. Like because who did the last one? Was it Tommy Lee? And it was like Tommy Lee and someone else, one of these reality TV stars, they did one and she got knocked the fuck out.
I couldn't do it because on the run up to it, I'll be looking at myself in the mirror. I'll be like, look at your life.
Exactly. What are you doing?
After everything you've done, this is where
exactly.
you're at.
The bag can never be that
Exactly.
good. But I know that some people, I remember when Tennessee and Paige
I think they mentioned
theirs. Did Kid Rock do one as well?
No, that was Different World.
Yeah,
that was like one of those
American reality TV stars. But I swear they even done it in London. It came to London. I can't remember who Tommy Lee was fighting, but they've had some big ones. I remember Tennessee and Paige Keikie's one. There's just a lot of hype, and then the actual thing comes around, and then it's just like, yeah, I lost. Like, so no, that's a big fat no for me. I would not do that at all. But yeah, I say that to say, I think he acts as her mouthpiece and Brandy's okay with it because he's revealed too much tea. Because even recently, so he did this interview with Jason Lee and he was talking about the Kardashians again, and he keeps on talking, like he is on Kim and Chris's neck about this sex tape thing and basically saying like, yeah, we were all in on it. Like,
where were we when we were talking about this?
Maybe
I've
on
got
tour.
a vision. Yes, it was in a
Must have been on
tunnel.
tour.
Okay, because I was like, I've got a vision
Yeah.
of me and you somewhere talking about this, but in a tunnel. And I was just like, where the
Yeah,
fuck were we? I
we
thought I
would've
was
been-
making
yeah,
it up
we
in my
probably
head.
on a train.
On a train in a tunnel,
Yeah,
okay.
we must have been on tour.
I could see it, but I was like, where were we? Anyway, sorry, go on.
And so he's basically like, listen, the NDA, no, he said that they broke the NDA because he is alleging that the sex tape was all orchestrated by Kim and Chris to the point where like they made the tape because Paris had done it, Pamela Anderson, remember the whole era of like sex
Yeah.
tapes? They'd done it and they'd become very famous. So Chris had suggested they do the same thing. They shot the sex tape and apparently, according to Ray J, Chris said it wasn't raunchy enough and made them go back and shoot it again.
No.
And
If
then
that's
he's
true,
saying that everything is fake, like how they screamed that the tape was stolen, all of that was fake, how they signed
and
this
like
deal.
Kanye came to get it back
That
from
Kanye
them.
thing, that was definitely completely fake. But he's saying even from the inception of all of this stuff, because Chris and Kim's story was always that, well, the tape was out there, we've got no idea where it is, so we're just going to sign the rights over to Vivid Entertainment, who made porn at the time, and we're going to sue them and then just get money for it. Ray J is alleging that none of that happened. The suit, is it suit?
This lawsuit.
The lawsuit was fake.
Yeah.
None of that was real. It was all an agreement. Vivid agreed that, yeah, we'll pretend that you're suing us when really you're just giving us the rights to this tape. We'll put it out. We'll cut you a check. He's saying that they made like 6 million a piece.
I believe him, by
at
the
the
way.
time. And then they signed an NDA to never talk about it ever again. But then he said that they broke that when they brought it up more recently on Kardashians.
Yeah.
When he's saying that Kanye came, he was like, all of that was fake. I've never met Kanye a day in my life. On the Kardashians, they said that Kanye went to meet Ray J to get the actual computer
Do you know what we have to wait for?
off of him.
We have to, God forgive me, for Kanye's going to come and be like,
Yeah, he's gonna come and co-sign
At
that
one day,
story.
Kanye's going to come out and be like, yeah, Ray J said the
Kanye
truth.
is
I don't
like-
know this didn't.
He's keeping it cute and mute at the moment, but he'll probably
But as soon
come
as
and
Kim pisses him off, he's
co-sign
gonna
that
co-sign that
story
story very soon.
And yeah, and he's just saying he's talking about it now because they signed an NDA. He said that they paid him $6 million recently to shut up. Ooh. They paid him. They cut a check.
So why is
and
he
he's
talking? If
still
you gave
talking.
me $6 million, if you say I'm breathing too loud, I'll hold my breath in.
He's saying that he's talking now because they keep on violating their own NDA. So it's one rule for him and one rule for them. So he's not allowed to talk about it, but they can depict it on the show. So he didn't like the fact that they curated this whole storyline about the
Kanye West
computer
thing,
because it just didn't happen. So he's like, once the NDA has been violated, I am now free to talk. Kind of thing. And I said about to say in relation to Brandy, he basically said that the Kardashians were stealing from Brandy. And they stole millions of dollars from Brandy because Kim used to be Brandy's assistant, and how she would have access to his access to her credit cards. And what she would do is she would go on these shopping sprees for Brandy and then buy herself stuff.
So I don't
and
understand
Chloe.
people who are now famous, right? Who still give like their assistants, their people that work with them, their credit cards. Did you guys not hear celebrity news growing up? Like almost every stylist, according to the news, is stealing from these celebrities. Like they'll buy you something. Who was that rapper? Like the girl stole bears from him.
Oh my God, it was the producer. It was Mustard on the Beat.
And the
Yeah, and
stylist,
he had a
was,
stylist was like-
anything she bought him, she bought her something as well.
He was
She
like, go
robbing.
to Hermes and get my wife a Birkin, and then she would get herself a little Kelly.
I'll get one too. Like that girl was, and I just assumed that's what I don't know. Maybe because I don't have enough. I'm not giving anybody my card.
No, the thing is, I understand the card thing because otherwise it just becomes like when you're an assistant. 'Cause I'm a former assistant. There has to be a high level of trust. I can't imagine in that world because when I was a PA, I had access to my boss's cards.
But it can't
that was
be
just
the
to buy her
cards
lunch.
that's unlimited. So my PA Parcher used to have my bank card to my Monzo.
Yeah,
That's how I put.
You see that transaction go out
As soon as anything happens, bing, Monzo is like. Before the shop has accepted it, Monzo has let thing is happening. And also, I don't get paid into my Monzo, so I put money into it.
Yeah.
And even,
So she's on a tight budget.
when the transaction declines, Monzo will tell you, somebody tried, we declined.
And it wasn't me, 'cause
I
I'm here.
I don't get why you give them like your big credit cards.
It's trust.
So you have to log into your computer to see the transactions.
You have to
not me,
open
buddy.
trust. And the thing is, with those big expenses and stuff like that, that's not coming through till you're sat down with your accountant.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And then your accountant's like, you might want to ease up on the shopping. You're like, the shopping? I ain't bought anything. And then you look and then you go see Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and you realise you don't have any of these purchases.
And again, this might be because I don't have that big money yet, though. But my accountant doesn't have access to my bank account.
Yeah, nah. I think that's.
Don't wait, when you talk about it, call me. I'll print it out for you.
Yeah, exactly. I will send you the statements.
Why would you need that?
I will download them and upload them.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Everything can be paper trailed. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, you have to be on top of your money. I just feel like when it comes to that much wealth, that's what they're banking on. They're banking on like you're making so much, there's so much going in and out. They're not going to notice a cheeky little Chanel bag.
But I do think that's true though. The reason why I think that's true is that like they got to a point in my life, thank God I'm at that point now, whereas before I was not at that point, where a $9.99 can go a couple of months.
Same.
And I have no idea.
Everything.
I wouldn't even notice. In fact, let me it can go up to $25.99. 25, because every so often I'll be like, wait, what the fuck is this $25.99 for?
Exactly.
But anything above a $25.99, I'm noting exactly what it is.
No, exactly.
Like, what's that for?
I know pretty much everything.
I think $25.99 is high. The max that can leave my account without me noticing is $15.99.
Yeah, no, honestly.
let me actually be honest. Because I would just assume as a subscription. Like my subscription is at most $14.99 subscription. Anything above a normal subscription fee.
Exactly.
Buddy.
I don't like when I see them transactions and I can't, and especially when you go to check and it's not the name of the actual thing and it will be like Clouds Dot. I'm like, what the fuck is Clouds Dot?
Do you know how
and then you go and Google it, and then it's like, oh, it's this.
Trading
it's
company as
it's
blah,
whatever.
blah,
Do you know what I
blah.
mean?
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, oh my God, please, can you just come up as
Zara does that. Zara doesn't
it
come up
is.
as what it comes up
Yeah.
as. It comes up as some other bullshit.
And Naya's nursery fees,
off.
yeah. I was like, that shit is supposed to be like £400 a month or some shit after she gets her hours. The other day, they tried to take out £689.
That's not funny.
And I was trying to see, like, I was trying to find it on my statements. I couldn't. I was typing in the name of the nursery. I'm like, and then I have to go, it comes up as family.
So what's that?
Exactly.
They're thieves. They're actually thieves. Because you might just think, oh, family, maybe it's a...
No,
I don't know.
Quite literally thieves in the night.
I don't
Because
know
it was
things like
literally at like
It's
2
always
a.m.
late. Do you know who's a thief in
And
the
I was
night?
like,
TFL.
TFL and Apple as well.
You will wake up, TFL second morning at 3 a.m. Don't you people sleep?
They actually.
Don't you people
That is
sleep?
actually intentional. Because they're banking on you like not clocking and not noticing. But there was some guy that did a TikTok, and he was like, guys, how much money do you have to have in your account before you know you're broke, yeah? And then he was like, if I've got 2K in my account, I know I'm going broke. And then everyone was in the comments like, 2K? If I've got 99p, that's what I know. Mine is 99p.
I saw the video where a guy was just like, why is £25 more money than £1,000?
It is.
And everyone was like, when he explained that, I was like, I actually completely get that. He
facts.
said, when you have £1,000, that can last me a day.
Yep.
When I have £25, that will last me 2 weeks straight.
Exactly.
Like,
That's lunch. That's travel.
Small. But when you have that big amount, you're like, I can eat into that. But as soon as it gets to the last 50, that can last me. So I will never forget in my life the time that I think I had like £6 something in my account. And you know you can't get less than £10 out at the ATMs. That morning I went to Santander. I said, please, can I get can I have the £6?
I've done that before. Give me
the dollar.
Yeah, exactly. Hand it over.
Give me the dollar. Don't pass anything on. Give me
And
that
I want
£6.
a note and a pound.
I need
Don't
that.
give it to me in coins.
£6. And I need it ASAP.
ASAP.
There's fucking people. No, I actually got recently, right? That pre-period is actually the worst time of my life.
That what?
Pre-period.
Oh, yeah,
The week before my period.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact what it is. There's nothing like, they diagnose it now. As in, I know for a fact it's PMDD. Because it's just irrational thinking. But so it was a week before my period. I was scrolling the internet. And in that week as well, I was like, I am the biggest girl to ever big in the world. I was like, nobody
I hate those days.
has ever been as big as me. Like I said, I was
hate
just like,
those days.
No, I said, nobody has been as big as I am ever in my life. Like I said, I'm so big.
Big back.
No, literally, I was like, your bum is not even big, it's wide. You're just big and like I said, I was just like punching myself up. Scrolling, I saw this ad that says, wanna lose weight? I was like, no. It was like a scene from a film. It was called Better Me. I I said, actually, I need to know. I do.
What have you got for me,
The thing
better me?
is, I was scrolling, I saw this, but I scrolled and I went back again. Actually, I was like, actually, maybe this is. I was like, yeah, I do actually. Sign up to
What
this
do they
thing.
do?
It normally costs £68, but £15 for the first month, and then you like, no, £15 one-off payment. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, actually, let me do. So you do this questionnaire. I'm like, no part of today. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? No
When
part
you're in
of
a
that
clear
day.
mind.
But I was like, no, I'm big. I need to do this. What's £15 to stop me being the biggest girl in the world? Did all of this, whatever. They took the £15.99 out. I've never used it. I think I used it 2 days after that day. I never used
What
it
is
again.
it?
It's an app called Better Me.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually am going to shame them. The day before yesterday, I saw Amex Better Me took £38. I said, I emailed them back. They were like, well, if you really read our terms and conditions, they were how I was. I said, you lot promised me a one-time payment.
It's the language is very...
To try it, yeah.
It's very tricky. Like, they do that on purpose.
But I feel like I didn't even give them permission to be doing it as a direct debit or a standing order or whatever.
That's why, because I just think it's raggedy, even with apps where it's like, you want to do the trial, but why am I putting in my full bank details?
You just need to do the trial.
You should give me the option to sign up for free now, no bank details. Then you guys
in a month's time
should ask me and give me a reminder, hey, because they don't want to do that. They just want everything to be on
bank on you to
autopilot
forget,
so that you forget and blah, blah, blah. Like, I will do it and then I'll cancel it straight away.
Of course.
Cancel it straight away so that way, because I can't remember. But
I was
they're
fuming.
Tricksters. All of these people are fucking tricksters.
Did I even delete the app is even there, Better Me.
Yeah, no.
I was fuming.
That's what. Yeah, it's
again.
very. They do it on purpose. It's so fucking tricky. But yeah, oh man.
And that week is coming again soon. How many weeks in a month do you think you feel like yourself? I think I've got one good week in a month.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that is, I feel better on my period than I do before my period.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like that week before, genuinely, I'm like, oh my God, I hate myself. I'm this and the other. I hate everybody around me. And I actually need to destroy all my relationships.
I need to monitor myself a bit better because I don't know that I get anything apart from, like, I've realised I do get the sudden urge to eat a lot. My heart,
it's like a bottomless pit.
Yeah, it's like,
I can actually finish a large pizza.
Oh my God, I've got
be
the
like,
munchies.
Let me get more after that.
Yeah, the munchies. I'm just like, why do I always want like something stodgy? I mean, I love my food anyway. Like, food is definitely like my mood. But like when my periods is coming, oh my God, I want everything. I want donuts. I want chocolate cake. I want rice. I want pizza. I want it all, and I will devour it all. But other than that, I don't think emotionally, I don't think anything.
You're so lucky.
Yeah.
Because I get no period pains.
Well, see, this is
I get
the
absolutely
exchange.
no
I
period
get really
pains.
bad cramps.
Yeah,
And it's
I get
so
a 3-day period, absolutely no pains at all. But that mood the week before, and it's one of them, like, I feel it coming. I'm saying to myself, "Tell me about your period," but my rational thought is not. It is not taking that in any way, shape, or form. And it's really weird because I feel like and it's not. And I think so often people put it down to that really immature, oh, she's on her period. It's not that, because I'm not. I'm not
there yet.
I'm actually not there yet. But this mood is so consuming and you can't shake it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. And it's literally one day you wake up, you're like,
that's what it was. It's like when the blood leaves your body, then you're like,
As soon as I wake up and I'm like, oh, am I wet? I'm like, no, I'm bleeding. I was like, that's why.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And now I probably just have to go do a round of apologies to be like, oh, yeah.
Sorry, I was a bit of a raving bitch, but it was my period and it truly is.
And I've just got like, I don't, like, sometimes when I feel things, it's what, like, if I miss someone, I have an attitude about it. I'm not like loving them.
Yeah.
Things like that fuck me off.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like
like, what do you mean?
Yeah, like
what am I missing you for?
Everything, I'm just not, that people, I don't know, man.
No, it's a real
Someone
thing.
figure out a pill to do. It is actually, and it is all consuming.
Yeah, it is a real
and
thing.
I am so useless. And every mistake I've ever made in my life comes in my head.
Yeah.
And I'm already just naturally have like a drowning noise of you're ruining your life. This noise is now the loudest in the room. Yeah. It is so loud. I don't hear anything else. And then also, I feel all of these strong things, but have no desire to do anything.
Yeah.
So it's not even like, oh, you feel this, go and change it.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
Same, I can be so heavy on the thoughts, but not on so much on the action.
I'll just like that and I'll just be crying.
I would literally be sitting there just thinking like... And I know the things I want to do. And I'll be like... Because with my YouTube channel, I want to do so much more stuff, right? And I'm just like, just go do it.
Audrey,
And I don't
let me
get out
let me
of
give you
it.
some motivation. This is how I've been what I've been doing at the moment is I've been really been tapping into people that are doing things. Anytime I see someone doing things, I really sit with it.
Yeah.
Because what it means to me is that like, and it's the same from while you were sitting around doing niche, I was making moves. Whilst you are sitting down, ruminating, contemplating, oh, not too sure. But what would they say? But how will I do? What people are doing, people are doing.
And they're doing it shamelessly
People
as well.
are doing, like I said, and I'm talking to myself as well. You have to drop the fear of like trying or being seen to try or being like, oh, what if I do it and it flops? Do you know how many things flop? And just think about, right now you can think about so many people who launched a thing and you just never heard from it again. And guess what? Nobody judged them for
Exactly.
it. Nobody was like, oh, but she have, ha ha. What do you mean, ha ha, at my business failing? Bitch, I started a business,
Exactly.
I did something.
And that's the thing. And the only thing worse than failing is not doing it.
And do you know what?
I
Don't
mean?
do it. Don't do it. If you like, don't do it. You know what's going to happen? Someone's going to do it.
Exactly. Like Prince.
If you
Prince
like,
is gonna get your idea.
if you like, oh, no, I don't know. You're going to see someone else do it and you're going to watch them do it and then you're going to be a mug. Like, if you like, carry on.
100%.
My YouTube is there. YouTube is quite literally providing people businesses in the film
Exactly.
industry.
Literally.
Bruv. There's a 20-year-old at the moment who is like got the best directed film out at the moment. He's 20.
There's no excuses.
He started as a creator on YouTube.
This is exactly the thing. And I will
His film made 81 mil in the first week.
81
Back Door, Back Room. Have you heard of this film? Back Room or something like that. Some horror film that just came out.
I want to watch that film Obsessed.
So do I. Apparently it's meant to be good. That's made a shit loads of money as well.
Everyone's saying it's mental. Like all the reviews I've seen, people are like, they literally were like looking over their shoulder.
Yeah, no, I can't
like
watch it.
really was like permeated in their mind. I want to watch it. Like that's my shit. Like
No.
I actually really want to see it. But no, I agree. Like I will spend so much more energy sitting there thinking about not doing instead of just actually doing it. I'm
Back
just like I'm
Room's
sitting
the
here
film's
thinking. But no, it's true. It's actually true. But
If you like, don't do it.
yeah, no, there's just no excuses.
That's my favourite motivational speech.
It's up to you. Yeah.
Like, if you like, don't.
Then don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you like,
Nah,
don't do it
facts.
then. Like,
Facts.
carry on not
facts.
doing it. Live with the regret. I mean, like, oh, I could have been. Carry on being like, I could have, would have.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Carry on. What's your
Yeah.
own?
Yeah, no, true.
There's a really good show I'm watching at the moment on the BBC. It's actually making me want to write a show so badly. But do you know sometimes when you watch something, I was like, oh, that's really inspired this. Well, it might be an exact copycat, but I would just do it differently,
Yeah.
right? It's called 2 Weeks in August. You'd actually really like it.
Okay.
So it's about a bunch of friends who went to uni together and they go to Greece on holiday in like, yeah, just in August, like
Yes.
as a holiday. But there's friends, so there's like tensions. So there's a few of the couples are actually quite
Is it
well-to-do.
British?
British,
Okay,
yeah.
I love British shows.
BBC. It's really good.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
it.
Like I'm on like
I need
episode
something
3,
new.
and I like British shows. But then it's like it's set in Greece, it's nice. But it's that thing of that, no, this kind of thing does happen on holiday. Like, for, not to ruin you, like the first night, they kind of like microdose and whatever. I get a bit
shit.
thingy. People who shouldn't be kissing are now kissing, and now it's like, yeah. So it's like a few couples here or there, but it's a good,
Yeah,
it's a good
okay,
watch.
I'll watch it if I need something new.
Yeah. It's a very, very
need
good
something
watch.
new.
But again, I say in elements, if you like, don't do it.
Yeah.
What is that thing that says no motivational speech today? If you like, give up.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't got
No
nothing for you.
motivational quote today. If you like, give up. It's kind of like, as in, only you have to live with those consequences. It's truly just on you. And speaking about you, it is now time for us to do your receipts
Dilemmas.
and your dilemmas. So we should get into that, honey. I hope we have some juicy ones. Oh my God, I forgot to say, Happy Pride.
Oh my
Be
God.
who you are for your pride.
Yeah, but there could be LGBTQ. Your sister could be LGBTQ. Is it LGBT? Yeah, LGBTQ plus IA.
Your name could be LGBTQ. Your sister could be LGBTQ. Your mother could be LGBTQ. Why are you gay? I had a field day yesterday. I was messaging all my straight friends, straight male friends, Happy Pride. The responses are so much fun. Someone was like, yeah, clock it.
Clock
Yeah, and I was
it.
like, yeah, I love this.
don't even
And
think
I
I'm
was
doing
very
clock it
proud of
right.
all of them. Not a hint of homophobia.
Oh, I love that.
Just loads of like, clock it.
That's good. No, I love that. I love that.
So that was a really good time for me. Right, should we go?
Let's go, baby.
Okay, hi Tolly and Audrey. What's a dilemma without a little praise for you two legends? I still laugh thinking of Louis Theroux's reaction to hearing people praise you guys. But anyway, he was so shocked by that.
What?
Do you remember Louis Theroux when he was like, "Did people praise you?" And we're
Yeah,
like,
he couldn't believe it.
that's a thing. that we were reading the praise and we were... So why would I not read the
exactly.
praise?
Of course we read the praise.
You think I'm going to do some fake British humble shit? Absolutely not. That is the intersection of being black and British. We still like praise. I lost 2 of my sisters. I'm so sorry. And listening to the podcast is somewhat a way for me to experience an elder sister kind of relationship. Not in any parasocial way, I promise. The laughs, the advice, honestly top tier. I'm a 32-year-old male. I've unfortunately experienced a lot of loss in my life, particularly in siblings, having lost 5 siblings in total. Fuck. This naturally has developed into a fear of losing people around me, even when they treat me like shit. My dilemma is as follows. One of my closest friends moved abroad and I recently went to go visit her. Before I arrived, I offered to stay in a hotel because I didn't want to impose, but she insisted I stay with her. Whilst I was there, she asked me to help with something on her phone. A message popped up from another friend, there's 3 of us, saying, is he still here? Obviously, I'm going to click it, LOL. Curiosity got the cat and this cat is dead. I don't think that's the saying, to be honest. It's fine. The messages were all about me. They were talking about how they couldn't wait for me to leave. Oh, God. Questioning why I wasn't staying in a hotel and discussing the holiday we'd been planning together. From what I read, it sounded like they were planning to tell me they couldn't go while still going themselves and making an excuse. I haven't said anything because I hate confrontation, but ever since then, I've questioned every interaction. Every message feels different and I feel myself wondering what they're saying about me when I'm not around. I think part of the reason I'm struggling is because I've lost so many people in my life. Since then, I found it really hard to let go of people, even when a relationship isn't making me happy. The thought of losing people in my life is something I really struggle with. So my question is, do I confront them and risk losing 2 of my closest friends, or do I keep quiet and try to move on, knowing I'll probably never fully trust them again? Thank you for any advice. Oh, God.
Oh, sorry, hon. First of all, you've been through a lot.
So much.
So I can imagine... It might feel like so heavy because you're paranoid. Do you know what I mean? Like you have a fear of loss and quite rightly so, you've been through a lot. Do you know what it is? I think I would approach them and just ask them, you know, and just get it out of the way. I think I would just want to know because I don't think you should internalize that and have to live with that because it's so unfair on you to just have to hold that in and repress those feelings. Like they shouldn't have been talking shit about you. I would just be like, guys, like, but you don't even have to approach it from like in an aggy way. I would just be like, guys, look, I heard you talking about me. It really hurt my feelings. I just want to know if everything's okay. And then just see what they say. And hopefully the correct reaction should be that they are like incredibly apologetic and they explain themselves, apologize, and that you can move on and get peace on the situation. I just don't think you should have to hold it and swallow it because you're already dealing with so much as it is. You don't need to have the worry and fear about your friendships as well. So I would just ask.
I can't lie, hard agree. Like if there was like, because I know that you saw it in a weird way because you read a message, right? But I think, let's say I had Audrey's phone and something pops up to her like, look, I'll be very honest. I'm not one of those people that thinks that my friends don't talk about me. Like, I'll never forget ages ago when one of my very close friends was breaking up with her partner and this bitch of a boy calls me to be like, oh, when she's angry, you know, she talks shit about you. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's not the
that's not the groundbreaking news that you think it is. Like, my friend talks to her partner about me when she's angry. Bitch, tell her I talk about her too. Like, as in the fuck, as in like, well, no shit, Sherlock. So I'm not one of those people that's like, no, your friends should never talk about you. There are times when I've probably done something annoying them, and I'd rather them get that shit off. But if I'm staying at Audrey's house and someone's like, oh, she's still here. After I said to you, I sat at a hotel.
Yeah.
We're planning on a holiday together, but you're telling that person I don't want her to come. That is too much for me.
Yeah.
That's
a bigger thing.
There's an incident and she's pissed me off. That's not, you saw a message that they were like, oh, the room is messy. And she was just like, oh my God, he's so messy. I can't wait for him to go. Yeah. That's that one. I would be like, I'll get over that one. But this one that you're talking about feels a bit too,
I even think with this, there might be some context to it, you know? Because it's still kind of, like it is obviously mad, but it could be explained away. I don't know.
But I don't know, it's given, do you like me?
Yeah.
Because I can understand if I'm irritating you, if I'm staying in your house. That one, I promise you, there's people I love dearly when they stay with me. My family stay with me. I'm like, when are you lot going
please be going
home? Because you're just so used to your space in a certain way, right? But that's fine. I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah,
and
that
also
one is
that
not the
feeling is
issue.
very fleeting.
Yeah. It comes and goes.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, I love you here. But then I saw something that was like, I have to clean this up. So that's not a true feeling that I feel forever. But if I'm saying to someone that we're all meant to go on holidays at 3 and you lot plan to tell me you're not going so you can go by yourself, you don't like me.
Yeah.
That's very different to I'm annoying you by staying in your house.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's very true. I think
so. It's not something that I can let go of just because it's just like, oh no, this is deeper than I've just irritated you one incident.
100%. You just get to the bottom of it, and also I just don't think that you should have to hold it.
I wouldn't hold it. I'd be like, I saw this. It has really hurt my feelings.
That. Yeah.
I don't know how they can explain this because I feel like even with an explanation, I'll still feel away because this is not just a quick. You annoyed me and I talked about you.
Comment.
This feels like you are consistently talking about me.
Yeah.
Do you not like me? And I know that the idea of loss and losing people is incredibly awful for you, for anybody, but also so much more for you because you've experienced so much of it. So this is going to feel hard and friendship breakup is awful. But I do think it's probably going to be better in the long term than being around people who don't like you. Many of us have been in friendship groups and you have it takes so much growth. And I spoke about it here before. I've said to her, I was like, you don't like me anymore, by the way. And it is hard. But sometimes that happens. Someone just gets like, oh, they don't actually like you.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like we're keeping friendship because we've known each other for history. Yeah. We've known each other for so long or whatever, but you don't like this person.
Yeah, you don't. And I feel like sometimes there'll be a catalyst that will sort of like provoke that conversation. And I feel like this is it.
Yeah, have the conversation.
But it's just get it, just get it over. Because it's better to know instead of forcing a situation that is not it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you deserve better than that. So even if it is a thing where the friendship is coming to an end, you deserve to know instead of just hanging on to something that's
because what's the plan? When this holiday happens, what's the plan? Are you just not going to go? Like, what's meant to happen?
Oh, God, that is so horrible, though.
But make sure you've gone home.
Yeah,
I'm sure you have already, but don't bring it up while you're still staying in the house.
No,
make sure you are back home.
It's awkward.
And then, you hear that when you get home, be like, hey, girls, I saw this.
Yeah.
And put it in a group chat with the both of them in it.
Shame them, motherfuckers.
Both of them. I saw this in the message. Don't say I'm going to approach them because then that one's going to warn that one and she's going to have
exactly.
You are going to hear about me at the same
Ambush
time.
them together.
At the
same
absolutely.
damn time.
That's what I would say.
Okay, cool. Next
sorry. Speaking about that, I really want to give the shout out because it really meant a lot to me. The other day, I saw someone who listens to the podcast. I was in Central. Her name was Whitney. And she came up to me. She was like, oh my God, I love the podcast. Like, really nice interaction, whatever. And then she said something. And it's like, it's not even that fundamental. But anyway, I was just like, it meant so much to me because I was like, oh, yes, this is what it is. And sometimes she was just like, oh my God, I feel like you've raised me. I've been listening since I was 16. I'm now 25, right? And then she was like, but I completely get why you're stopping. And she was like, we're adults now. You've done your job. You've raised us. And I would honestly sent chills. Just saying it now, just sent chills down my spine. She was like, I'm an adult now. You've done it. You've raised a generation. And I was like, that's it.
That is powerful.
It was literally just sent chills down me again because I'm like, yeah, you've done it.
Yeah.
Somebody else because now a 16-year-old can't listen to me. I'm 36. She's thinking now someone else has to come along and raise the next generation. She was like, you've done it. I'm an adult now. You've raised me. And I was like,
that is beautiful.
It was so beautiful. And it really like cemented everything we're doing for me to be like, yeah, she was like, you've done it. I'm an adult now.
Yeah. No, I love that.
I loved it so much. So thank you so much, Whitney.
Thank you for wording it so perfectly.
So perfectly. Also, her skin was 10-10 as well. Like, it was
she knows good things, clearly.
Of course she knows good things. It was so poignant to me and it meant so much to me to the point that like it's been playing in my head consistently because I'm like, yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
That's the
She's
message.
Like, she literally said, yeah, we're adults now. You've done it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
but it was lovely.
Whitney.
So thank you so much,
is
Whitney.
Beautiful.
Anyway.
Okay, cool. Next dilemma. Okay. Hey girls,
hello.
Day one listener here. Absolutely love you guys and the podcast and everything you do. And I wish you well in your future endeavours. And trust me, I will be there to support in the ways I can.
Thank you, honey.
So to my dilemma, I'm really struggling at the moment. My friendship with my best friend of 9 years has come to an end and it is slowly making me depressed.
Fair.
The reason it's hitting me extra hard is because it's my fault. We'd never fought before and things were absolutely great before she left. I have a tendency of blocking people on all platforms whenever things get overwhelming and she's not with it, understandably. We were having an uncomfortable disagreement over the phone going back and forth for ages about a bunch of ways I'd hurt her, and then she said, well, this conversation obviously isn't going anywhere, which overwhelmed me, and I resulted in ending the call and blocking her on all platforms, which I know was wrong. I've already been beating myself up about it every day since. It's the first time I've done this to her, but I've noticed it's a pattern now, and it's something I'm actively trying to improve, amongst other things. I messaged her for a few days after I had blocked her to apologise for everything, but she never responded. It's been over a month now, which is unheard of for us as we talk every single day. So I know she's done with me for good and I can understand why. I guess I just wanted to know if you guys have ever been cut off by a friend you love deeply due to your own actions, and how did you cope? If you haven't, do you have any advice for me? I've considered reaching out to her again, but I'm not trying to be a pest and figured she would have said something by now if she was open. I get it was a violation and her view of me is tainted, so I don't want to pressure her into rekindling, but I'm really struggling without my girl. My boyfriend has repeatedly told me just to leave her alone, and I love that man, but respectfully, he doesn't get the love I had for her. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions. Thank you for reading.
I'm sorry, but you don't love your friend enough. You're not trying to be a pest.
No, literally.
I'll be such a
bang
pest.
down on that
you
door.
will call mice control. Like, you lot don't love your girls enough because I'm fighting for this love. Like, especially if I know I fucked. She has to look me dead in the eye and say, fuck off. I never want to talk to you again before I stop.
Period. I think for the fact that you've acknowledged and you're taking accountability, you know it's your fault. So therefore you have to do the work. You have to do the work. And I feel like the theme here is your pride and your ego. The same pride and ego that, like, and I get the whole blocking thing is like a defense mechanism and it's a way of like self-protection and all the rest of it. But it's also ego-led. And I feel like it's also your ego that isn't allowing you to just really go in. Like, you've acknowledged that your friend has done nothing to you. Like, she was venting her feelings about some things you've done to her. You haven't even denied that you did things. Do you know what I mean? So therefore you're going to have to try harder. I feel like one message here or there is not enough. And for her, she's probably thinking, like, if she isn't completely done with you, she's probably thinking, nah, like, you violated me.
You don't have to do that to me and then message me and say sorry.
Exactly. You're gonna, like, your apology has to be as loud as the disrespect.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So you're gonna have to try harder if you really believe this friendship is worth fighting for, which it sounds like it is. Do what needs to be done.
Go to her yard.
Call
buy
her
flowers.
Mum.
I'm not even trying to be, as in, call her siblings to be like, yo, you lot, I really fucked up and think it's not talking to me. Can you help? Like, you have to fight for this friend. You lot are not liking your friends enough for my liking it, but I don't want to be a pest. I am a pest.
Exactly. Yeah, you've got to be
and even after we've rekindled, I'm going to be still, okay, babe, I'm treating her like egg.
like fine china.
Because you're not telling me that like, oh, this friend is a dickhead, blah, blah, blah. In fact, the conversation was how many times you've hurt her. I'm getting my friend back.
Yeah, same. And until you get an explicit fuck off, then you're gonna.
If
have
not
to
the fuck
more.
off, I'll give you some time.
Even more. I'll just be like, oh, she just needs.
You just need some time. Do it on your birthday. I'll come back.
But
Christmas, I'll come back.
I proper think it's a millennial versus a Gen Z thing.
Maybe.
You know, because I even saw this TikTok yesterday, and it was so interesting. And it was basically this woman, and I think she's like a therapist or something. And she was like, we really need to be careful with these people that are sort of like branding themselves as experts, and the first point of advice they give is to cut people off. And like, what is happening now is that we're living in a society where people are so comfortable victimizing themselves that they actually need a villain in every single story. And people don't actually know how to like fall back, self-reflect and move on, because you're so committed to being like, well, I was the victim in this situation and my boundaries, and I was violated and me, and we're actually missing out on like important human interactions, accountability and, you know, responsibility taking being one of them, because we're being coached into thinking that there's a villain in every single story and everything else is the problem. Society's the problem, my boss is the problem, my mum being the way she is. Do you know what I mean? There's so many different things. And so I feel like this is part of it, and I get it. Like, this whole thing about protection, like I understand it, like, but to block your friend on every single platform because she was...
Because you had a thing on the...
Yeah, because you had...
Learn better tactics. Yeah. Hey, if you mute them. As in, like, it's crazy to block her everywhere and then be like, well, I'm ready now, I'm going to block you and sorry. And then
that's a mindfuck.
She has every right to be angry as she is. She's been unhappy when you do it to other people. And also, there are certain friendships that I'm like, I can watch friends do things to other people. And I know it's not always a great mentality to have, but she won't do that to me, though. And very often I'm right. Like, as in, like, there were certain privileges that I have with certain friends that I know that, like, she might have bad character here, but I know she won't bring that here because our one is another level.
Yeah.
I am so sorry, but I am traveling the land and the seas. There are certain friendships, and it's not all my friendships. There's some friends when if it's gone.
If it's gone, exactly.
But there are certain friends. I am traveling the seas of the world to be like, yo, I'm sorry, man. Allow me. I've had friends that we didn't talk for 2 years. We're right back at it now. And even when we started talking, we went to go and meet in a public park. And we sat face to face and we discussed our lives and let's fix this.
Yeah, we have to be active participants in these relationships. It can't just be take. Your boundaries matter more than other people's. Like, you did what you needed to do, which I don't necessarily think is the healthiest of tactics. I think that you need to unlearn that and apply it when necessary. Do you know what I mean? But now she's got her boundaries and you know, and now you're feeling it, unfortunately, and you have to be respectful of them. So, yeah, fight for this love, man.
Yeah. She asked if you've ever been cut off for something that was your fault.
I haven't, you know. I don't think I've been cut off, and I've cut off, but the cutting off I did was necessary, and it wasn't without them knowing what they did. And this was after like loads and loads of things that were just like consistent patterns of behavior that I wasn't prepared to deal with anymore. And I did but even that friend was fighting for her life. Do you know what I mean? Like she was still fighting for her life. Yeah. You know, but I was like, no, actually I'm good on this. And I was not prepared to go back and rekindle that. But I appreciate the trying, but no, I don't think I have been cut off.
I've been corrected about things I've done, and that feels like shit.
Yeah, that feels sometimes even worse. Like, cut me off. Cut me off before you correct me, and I'm joking. But yeah.
I just feel like a child. And especially when I know they're right and I did fuck up and I'm like, I hate being told off.
Yeah,
nobody likes it, but it really...
Especially in a I'm disappointed as opposed to a shouty way.
And the worst one is the friends don't want to do it face to face. Because on the phone, I can just be closing my eyes and imagine I'm somewhere else. Like face to face. I just have to look you in the eye and eat that. And I like to talk to people and look them in the eye. So I just have to eat everything you're saying to me.
Yeah, exactly. I've actually got to put my big girl pants on and just swallow this.
Yeah, you're right. And then my eyes will start glistening because I just want to cry.
I just want to be ejected out of that place.
I want the floor to open and
just like drop me down, like flipping. Oh my God.
But go get your friend back, man.
Go get your friend, girl.
Sorry.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of cutting people off, the next dilemma is, should I cut off my African parents?
Oh, okay.
Hi, Tolly and Audrey. I don't know if you'll ever read this, but just in case you do, thank you so much for existing. You have no idea how much you have shaped and changed how I navigate my life. I've been listening to you guys since 2020 when I moved to uni. Aww. Every time I'm faced with a dilemma, I would also stop and say, what would Tolly and Audrey do?
Sweet.
I never thought I would ever send in a dilemma of my own, but here we are. So, I'm 27, married with the most amazing man. We have a 2-year-old boy who is an absolute love of my life. My husband is white British and I am black African. I grew up with my stepmom and dad since I was 9, and I have 4 younger sisters from my stepmom and my dad's side. When I found out I was pregnant, I was over the moon. But about 4 months into the pregnancy, we found out that my boy had a birth defect and needed to have surgery as soon as he was born. This was such a hard time in our life and we came to terms with it. When I gave birth, my son was put into NICU straight away and had an infection, which meant that I couldn't see my child for hours every day because I was stuck on a maternity ward and he was in NICU. We stayed in the hospital just over a month until we were able to go home. My son is 2 now and is absolutely thriving, thank God. My stepmom said I was being dramatic and too emotional for getting up. About a year ago, I finished paying for one of my younger sister's college tuition.
Sheesh.
It was 3 years back home in Africa, and now she has a job that she enjoys. I'm currently now paying school for another sister. At first, my husband didn't understand why I had to do that, but now he's come around, he's really understanding about it all. My dad decided to go back to Africa. A few months ago, we decided to put some money together to send to my grandma and cousins back home, and I agreed and said that's totally fine. However, this month has been a very expensive month for me and my husband. We have just bought a house and moved in, so we've had to pay the essential appliances and other bills that came with it. The day came when my dad was meant to be travelling and he asked me about the money. Bear in mind, he's not providing the money for his mum and niece. I said I can send it tomorrow when I get paid, as right now my bank account is in overdraft due to unplanned thousands of pounds I had to send in solicitors and stamp duties, and our mortgage advisor said we wouldn't have to pay, but turned out to be untrue. My stepmom said that I prioritised furnishing the house, which we didn't, instead of sending money. Even if I did, and so fucking
exactly,
what?
It's my fucking house, bro.
If I prioritised getting my lashes done.
Exactly. It's my money.
Just my money. Instead of sending money. And then I'm selfish because every time I send money, I only send small amounts. Even though I literally paid for the college tuition for one of my sisters and now paying for another one. Let me say that she's very opinionated. It can be very cold and just mean a lot of the times. For example, just yesterday, I was about to open up to her and tell her that I had 2 miscarriages in the last 4 months. But I didn't end up telling her because she said that when I was pregnant, I was stressed all the time, and that when my baby was born, he was stressed. Apart from my child being sick and needed surgery, she was the one that caused a lot of my stress. Every time I don't talk to her for a while, I feel so much peace and calm. But when I talk to her or I'm in her presence, I feel stressed and angry because she calls me names and says so much untruths to me or about me to my sister, and she would tell me. About a year ago, we had a massive fallout with her about my real mum dying and how much that upset me, and I couldn't cope with her being in her presence anymore and wanting nothing to do with her. But my dad begged my husband to talk to me about talking to my stepmom again. I did it for my dad, and that was it. I find myself back in a situation where I just want to cut them both out of my life to maintain my peace and sanity so that I can be a better mother for my child. I'm so sorry this is all over the place. I'm writing from my bathroom floor crying because I don't know what else to do, and I've just had enough. Any advice, opinions would be really appreciated. Thank you. We are here for you, baby.
Yeah, we're definitely here for you.
We
I'm so
are
sorry.
here.
That is really stressful, but
Your stepmom's a bag.
she needs to go
bitch.
to hell. Yeah. Sorry. yeah.
In the nicest way possible.
Yeah, respectfully. Like, she can go all the way to hell. She needs to, absolutely not. You need to stand up, and you need to actually stop being like at her mercy. Like, what is this? Like, first of all, it's not your responsibility. I wonder, are the sisters her stepsisters?
Half.
So they're
Same dad.
So they're the mum's daughters, the stepmom's daughters.
No, half. So her dad and stepmom's daughters.
Yeah. So why is it become your responsibility to pay for her? And I know they're still your sisters. I know, and I'm not trying to take that away. But like, why are you taking on that responsibility? Like, that is insane.
The thing is, even if you are, because I do understand cultural responsibilities, and that's why there's many arguments that I'm just like, no, people don't understand how much, what's that? Black tax. Black tax is a real fucking thing,
definitely.
right? So especially if you're the one that made it, especially if the one that I have a bit of money and I seem to more settled, I completely understand black tax. And I understand the responsibilities people feel towards black tax. I understand, quote unquote, feeling like you're the one who made it. For example, you're the one who was brought up abroad. So you want to give back to education-wise. I can understand paying that tuition. But once I've done that, that is my quota. Like, as in, for me, I would be like, nobody should actually ask me for anything ever again, because as you can see, I'm bearing the burden of your child being in school, which means I'm taking that burden away from you guys.
Exactly.
Which means that whatever money you're not spending there, you should be able to fund your lifestyle, because I'm actually 2 kids now.
And you're also taking it out of your own household. And I feel like I definitely respect black tax. Like, I get it. I honor it. I think
it's annoying.
It's annoying, but I definitely understand that it's a thing. But I also think that at the same time, there's certain sort of like traditions and cultural things that we need to die. And I just think that the buck needs to stop somewhere, and it needs to stop with us, because I think that there's a difference between paying homage and, paying for small bills here or there. Like, that is gracious of you to do that. But to take on whole ass responsibilities that really should fall on your parents, I feel like that is something that we need to nip it in the bud somewhere. And so I think that, like, that is a huge responsibility, especially when you now have your own family. And even if you didn't have your own family, it doesn't matter. Like, you've got your own responsibilities, and you've got your own, you've got your own responsibilities that you owe to yourself first and foremost. And the fact that you're taking money out of your own household to put into that household when you've got 2 parents that are alive and well. And, their kids should be their responsibilities. And I don't think that you should be guilt tripped into that. And so I think that you have to have a strong mindset in the sense of, like, you're going to have to stand on. It has to stop somewhere, this black tax thing. Like, doing it for one college tuition and school fees and all of that for one sister is beyond
I've
gracious.
actually done enough.
It is beyond gracious.
I've
it is
tried.
Beyond generous. Like, they're not your responsibility. You didn't birth those children. Like, you haven't taken those on. Their parents are quite literally, if you were their caretaker, or, you were sort of like acting as a parent because they weren't here for whatever reason, then fair enough. But none of the above.
And then on top of that, you're like, not only are you asking me for money, you're giving me the deadline and when I have to give it to you.
And then complaining
and then telling
about
me
the
that I'm
amount.
being selfish and I'm only spending a small amount. You're lucky you're getting anything about I'm only spending a small amount. And I do think a lot of our parents, and I understand it, a lot of us do feel like they get to a certain point, they start working and we're the one that pay for that. I get that. And again, I'm someone who believes that. But
there has to be
appreciate what it is that I'm doing, buddy.
At the bare minimum.
And then also be understanding that I now have a kid. So also my responsibilities have now changed as well. Like, you can't be... I'll never forget one of the funniest conversations I had with my mum, because I actually thought she'd gone mad. I had bought my house, moved in, And I think 3 months later, she messaged me. She was like, "Oh, you see how I haven't been asking you for rent for the last 3 months." I said, "How can you be asking me for rent?"
Yeah,
I said,
rent. I'm not
"Do
there.
I live
I'm
there?"
not renting.
But you know how much she was just doing me a favor by not asking me to pay for a house that I don't live in anymore. I said, "Why would you be asking me for any money?" I was like, "I don't live there." But she said, "Oh, but you see that I've tried," as if to say, "What now? Let's go back to it, buddy. You're gonna have to work that one out."
And it is proper. It is a cultural thing, especially in the African community. I can't speak for others. I get it.
It is frustrating.
We do have this thing of like we look after our parents no matter what the circumstances. You know,
But you just bought, and also like you just bought a house, and also like I understand that, but I do think our parents need to do a better job of giving us way to get there first.
Yeah, but we're the ones.
And I know
that
it's
have to set
poverty
the
that's led
precedents.
to it, but like your kid, for example, is just like, to be fair to my mum, it took her a long time to start asking me for money. But your kid has just got their first part-time job.
Yeah. You
And you already said they have to give you £250. They're barely making that 200. Like, let them be at a position where they can give that money. By the way, that's not your thing. Your question is, should you cut them off?
I don't think you need to cut them off. I think you need to implement boundaries.
Yeah. And then you see how they start acting. You feel like, do you know what? Okay, I've just bought a house. We've got a mortgage now. I've got my baby. My baby's going to school. My baby's going to nursery, whatever. We can only afford to pay for so-and-so's tuition.
Exactly.
And that's it.
That's it. I just think that the reason why our parents are the way they are is because of the way we're brought up here.
We just let it run.
We do too much
explaining.
explaining.
Let it run, man.
Because would you...
My mum randomly called me and said somebody I've never met died.
Exactly.
What we're going to give to their family?
Like,
I don't know them.
I put my mum in her place all the time. I don't give a...
Listen,
I don't have it.
Like, I said we will help.
Yeah.
Who is we? I don't know. You go help. I don't know them. I can't help.
Yeah,
so
nah.
sorry.
I literally, if I don't have it, I don't have it.
I don't have it.
If I don't have it, I don't
and
have it.
And it's never £50, every time £500.
Exactly.
Please,
that's
give me a break.
That's the benchmark, by the way. £500 is always the benchmark. I just think, you need to start standing on business. You need to implement those boundaries. At the end of the day, like, I feel like we still have the mentality of like, they're going to beat me. They're actually not. You're not in the house. Once you move out, I think we don't take into account the freedom that you don't have to do shit.
They can't do not a damn
You don't have to do shit. You are not in that house.
They cannot do a damn thing.
I think the issue is you need to start being guilt-free about it.
Yes.
You have a lot of pent-up guilt because this expectation has been placed on you. It is not your responsibility. It doesn't matter what the culture is. It doesn't care. It's not real. All of these things, a lot of them are not real. And we don't take into account that actually a lot of this is just generosity and the kindness of our hearts. Like, there's no contract. There's no rules. It's not written in the Bible that you have to do any of this stuff. If you choose to do it and you can comfortably do it, that is one thing. But the more you do, the more advantage you'll be taken of. And I think you just need to put your foot down and just be like, Mum, Dad, however you refer to your stepmom as, I don't have it this month, and keep it moving.
I think work out between you and your husband what as a family you're willing to give monthly. Even if it's just the tuition at your paying already, and that's the max that we can do. And then tell your stepmom and your dad to be like, hey, just so we've done a family audit. Here's all we can afford.
Exactly. If you don't have it, you don't have it.
And that's it.
Even if you do.
Yeah. And that's it. And with your stepmom spending time-wise, really limit that time that you will have to spend with her. If you don't have to go see her, and she makes you feel like shit, don't go see her.
Exactly, because if every time the conversation's gonna
make me feel like shit, to
you feeling like shit and money, then I don't want to be around someone that just wants to talk to me and drain my pockets all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Drain my pockets, drain my spirit, no, actually.
That ain't it. It's manipulation, it's financial abuse, okay?
No.
So,
really, really set your boundaries and say, this is what I'm doing. And if they're dissatisfied, okay, stop talking to me then.
And these are real boundaries. Like, some of these boundaries we were talking about, but this is actually an actual real boundary that must be implemented, because you're crying on the bathroom floor and you shouldn't be. And it's not your thing to bear, so.
It's not your cross to bear.
It's not your cross to bear, that's the word.
I'm going to give in small amounts.
Exactly. Do you know the cheek and the audacity and the gall?
We can get some more money in there, like, is that it?
Exactly. Okay. Anyway.
Next
dilemma?
Okay,
it says, hello, receipts girlies.
Hello.
To say I love you guys is an understatement. I've listened to you both for years and recently attended my first ever solo date, which was your London show.
Yay.
You girls absolutely smashed it. I nearly shed tears when I found out you were leaving, but I'm also so happy and proud of your decision. Wishing you all the luck in this new chapter.
Thank you.
Okay, on to my dilemma. I turn 29 next month and I've genuinely never been in a serious relationship. I've dated and spoken to guys before, but nothing has really gone anywhere. Recently, I matched with a guy, let's call him Owen. Ladies, Owen is fine, like super sexy, generous, funny, sweet, attentive, honestly, all of the above.
Okay.
Our second date literally lasted 4 days because we just stayed together the whole time. We can talk about absolutely everything and honestly, he's just great.
However,
here's my issue.
Okay.
We tried to have sex on our second date and he couldn't get it up. Basically whiskey dick. Fair enough, we went out again the next day, drank less alcohol, but the same thing happened. I was sucking him off, he was fingering me, but again, nothing.
Wait, so you were sucking a limp dick?
Oh no, oh Lord. Midway through...
You need to feel that thing get hard in your mouth, I can't lie.
I know,
because
girl. Midway through, he said, can we stop? And I instantly felt rejected. I started wondering if maybe he just wasn't attracted to me. He reassured me and said, I don't want to rush. Let's take things slower because I really like you. Since then, we've spent loads more nights together and still nothing. I should add, we've only been dating for about 6 weeks, but we've spent so much time together, days, nights at my house, constantly together. A few days ago, I got upset with him because we were out together and he was whispering sweet nothings in my ear, saying he was going to do all sorts to me tonight. Ladies, I was excited. I've been horny for months and I just wanted this man fully. We get home, start kissing, and I'm thinking, yeah, tonight is the night.
Let's go.
Then he hits me with, I'm tired. Rolls over and falls asleep.
Wah, wah, wah.
I was annoyed and honestly felt let down. Why get me all excited for nothing? The next day, he noticed my mood was off and we had another conversation and I basically asked him outright, are you sexually attracted to me? Because I'm not looking for a friendship. I really like you. I want this to progress, but right now I don't feel desired sexually. I also told him I have needs. I have a man I really fancy lying next to me most nights and I can't even do anything with you. I have needs and right now they are not being fulfilled. He replied saying, I'm a man and I have needs too, but I'm waiting for the build-up and passion to be there before I go all the way.
No, he's not.
He said he does like me when he says sexual things in the moment. He means them, but then sometimes he genuinely gets tired. He also mentioned that his last relationship started slowly like this and it turned into a great relationship. They just broke up for unrelated reasons. He also told me multiple times that he loves the way things are going between us, feels lucky to have found me, and is dating intentionally for a committed relationship. Outside of the sex issue, everything else is honestly amazing. He's affectionate, attentive, reassuring, thoughtful, and honestly bends over backwards for me. Even my friends adore him.
He won't bend you though.
But he won't bend you. But ladies, I can't lie. Part of me wonders, is this a red flag? I know people say men aren't all sex driven, but come on. I've slept naked beside this man multiple times and not once has he even tried it on. Not even a cheeky finger. I should also add that I genuinely don't think it's an issue with his penis and I don't think he's gay either. That's why I'm even more confused about the whole situation. So now I'm stuck wondering, is this actually healthy and mature? Am I ignoring warning signs because I really like him? Do you think this is normal or is this a cause for concern? What would you do in this situation? I also don't want to keep bringing up sex because we've already spoken about it a few times, so I don't really want to mention it again. Any advice would really help. Thank you, girls. I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
Here's where you're wrong. I genuinely don't think it's an issue with his penis. It is an issue with his penis.
I think it's a medical condition.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Like, he wants to have sex with you. When he's talking them talk, he wants to. He just can't get hard. And the quote-unquote shame of not being able to get hard is why he's saying, I just want this
tired,
to be, I'm tired. I just want, because otherwise we will do no sexual things. If you were like, actually, no, I really respect you. I don't want it in that way, blah, blah,
Or
blah,
if
blah,
he
blah,
wasn't
blah.
attracted to you or
Exactly.
gay or any of those
because
things.
even outside of the sex, even when you're giving head to him, he can't get hard. It's a medical condition where he's unable to get hard. Probably doesn't feel safe enough to be able to say that to you yet, or the conversation hasn't been broached. So he's making every other excuse for it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
There's no other
else.
logical explanation because there's nothing about the situation that's giving that he's like gay or anything like that.
And also I don't like that. Just because a man doesn't want to sleep with you doesn't make a man
exactly.
gay. Like,
and then, the first time I can understand, like,
it's pride.
It's happened several times where you've tried to be intimate and it's just not happened. And I think that where you've tried the first couple of times and he wasn't able to perform, he's now leaning on this tiredness thing out of embarrassment.
And
so
also, if he meant it, he would have never tried the first. He wouldn't. If he was seriously with someone that was like, I want our relationship to develop before we get intimate,
he wouldn't have done anything.
He wouldn't have done anything with you.
Exactly. And then I think that him whispering sweet nothings and trying to build up that sexual
He's trying to
tension,
build himself
that's
up.
him trying to get into it, and then he physically cannot perform. So I think it is such a sensitive topic when it comes to these things with men. And, you know, I just think it's a sensitive thing with anybody, you know, when it comes to your body and your anatomy. So I'm not going to like infantilize men when it comes to it, because it, you know, it can be the same thing for women as well. But I just think that you need to, you know, you say you guys have got such a great relationship. It sounds like you have. You're clearly spending a lot of time together. You said that you can talk about every and anything. And I feel like it is something that is worth bringing up and creating a safe space for him to let him know that, like, you're not judging. These things happen. Some people just have medical conditions. I don't actually think it's his fault. I don't think he doesn't desire you. I think you need to remove that language from it. You know, I think he obviously does fancy you, obviously does like you, and all of this stuff about waiting and being tired is all excuses. I think it's definitely worth bringing up the conversation in a really sensitive way.
In a really sensitive way.
And
like,
just trying to address it.
What do you mean you don't think there's a problem with his dick?
Medication.
Have you seen his dick hard?
All now, but yet to see it. Yeah, I think you need to address it and then go and get some help. There's medication for these things. There's Viagra. There's so many things that you can try. But before you can even get to that point, he needs to acknowledge that it's a thing.
Even men of the Lord who are trying to live a righteous path will still get hard from malt wine.
Yeah, exactly.
You have dick in your mouth and you're saying you don't think it's a dick problem.
Yeah.
It's not a you. I don't know if you want to put it on yourself.
No,
I don't know if you
not,
want to. It's not a you problem. It's not even a red flag from him. It's just something he's clearly dealing with, but he doesn't know how to talk about, which I can imagine is a thing for them because their podcasts don't help them with things like this. It just tells them that,
them for laugh at them,
So he's dealing with it, bring it up, like what you said, in a sensitive manner. But that's my conclusion anyway.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
There's no other explanation.
That's my conclusion.
There's no other explanation because you've tried.
Yes.
And it's just not been working. So I think that, like, he needs to know that he can feel really safe with you. And you never know, maybe something will happen naturally if that level of intimacy. Because I feel like if you get really deep with someone and they feel so safe with you, maybe something will happen. But I think it's giving medical issue.
And because as soon as when you bring it up, you're like, oh, do you not find me attractive? Like, he doesn't have to face that.
Exactly.
All I have to do is reassure you that, no, it's not that.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
You really like him, you think this might be long-term, have a chat with him about it properly and see what can be done.
Yeah, he sounds like he's worth it. If he's got all of these qualities, then like, some people are not worth it. But he sounds like he's worth it and you actually really like him. So.
And I don't know the solutions. I can't advise him because I don't know what happens.
I don't know. But I think, seek medical help. For that one.
I'm not a doctor and I've never played one. Hey, Tolly and Audrey. Been meaning to email you for a minute now and kept forgetting. I wanted to touch on a comment you made in an episode. It's not your friendship, it's Miami. And Tolly, you said the guys there were proper on licking you out. And that it was revolutionary because guys in the UK were not on doing that. And Audrey, you said UK men not going down on their women stems from Jamaica.
Did I say that?
I don't even know what episode
I don't remember saying that.
How long ago was this? Because someone found out how long ago this episode was.
I don't remember saying that. I remember recently talking about Miami.
Not going down on their women stems from Jamaica. And Jamaican men notoriously not going down on women. I don't
remember saying that.
But could we have done? Possibly.
I mean, it's not impossible, but I don't remember.
We grow up on, no way, man that suck pussy.
Bo-cat.
So what do you want me to assume? I thought it was a national anthem.
Did you know that bo-cat meant they don't want to bow to the cat?
You're lying.
Yeah. I found that out recently myself. Yeah.
Bows to the fucking cat, you bo-cat.
Bow to it.
My favourite word for ratio is still uckers.
Uckers baddest.
Uckers baddest. Okay. I just wanted to correct that narrative. I went to Jamaica in the summer last year, and let me tell you, them man can eat. She says in caps. They were yamming the pom-pom and yamming it well.
That is too funny.
Her words.
I stand corrected.
Yamming it and yamming it well. Also, the amount of Jamaican men I encountered out there and mid-convo, they'll just catch you off guard because they'll go into explicit detail with what they want to do to your vagina.
Oh, mate.
And it's not only with their mouth.
Ooh.
Jamaican men in JA are definitely eating pom-pom every minute of every day.
Not every minute.
And that is the end of the email.
Do you know what? These are the kind of corrections I take. Okay, if I said that, these are the kind of corrections I am happy to be corrected.
She said, yes, way. The man that suck pussy. Yes.
But you know, I've heard that a few times.
The
Like
man that
a lot of
body.
a lot of women will say, no, it's cap, you know, it's all just performative bullshit. They're out here enjoying
the meal.
vag. So I'm glad that, because I grew up in a time where, oh my God forbid, like my Jamaican ex, Kamal, oh my God, he was off the boat, like literally. And he kicked me out of his house because I even asked him. He literally kicked me out. We were on his bunk bed and I wasn't even insinuating that he did it. I just asked him the question. I was just like, have you ever gone down on a girl before? And he was like, get out.
Do you know why that conversation should never been happening? Because she was on a bunk bed.
Exactly.
Being on a bunk bed should make you realize nothing sexual should be happening. I'm not saying I haven't done anything in the bunk bed, but I'm just saying in adulthood, I've come to realization that absolutely nothing sexual should be going in a bunk bed. And do you know what bunk beds that it shouldn't be happening in?
The ones with a slide on it.
Yes. And not only the ones with a slide, the ones that have got a desk. Instead of a bed, they've got a desk. Do you know why?
No,
because that means the bunk bed wasn't there because of convenience and space. Because normally you have bunk beds so you can fit 2 beds into a small space. It means a bunk bed was there because they were a child.
Yeah, it's actually true.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, bunk beds are notoriously just for children.
Or for space, it's for children, but it makes sense for space when there's 2 beds, right? So you can fit more people in a small amount of space.
Yeah.
But when there's no bed down the bottom, that means you don't actually need the space.
No, you don't.
You're just a child.
You're just a child.
So sleep on top and then come down the stairs and then your computer, your desk is
really
there.
evolved because some of them have lamps and all sorts. They're really great functioning things.
So when we had a bunk bed, of course, right? But like it was 2 beds. And I would sleep at the top, and I hated it so much.
But sleeping on the top is not all that it's cracked out to be.
You think it is?
Until you wake up and hit your head on the ceiling.
All the time. I'd wake up and hit my head on the ceiling. Or like, waking up was like,
you have a nightmare.
Such a chore now.
Yeah.
Because
what do you mean
I have to work out. I have to work out to go down. You can't just say, let me just jump into bed.
No, you can't roll out of bed. And I know that I would have been holding in my pee. Because what do you mean I got to go down the bars?
That's exactly what
do you mean I got to go down the ladder to get to the bathroom? Like, what the hell is this? Is this the Victorian times?
I already don't want to wake up. Do you know what's really weird that you said that? Every time now in my house, right, when I'm like asleep and thinking about going to the toilet, you start imagining going to the toilet right in your head. I still imagine in my mum's house.
Yeah, same.
The toilet in my head is in my mum's house.
When I dream, I haven't dreamt in my house.
Same.
I still dream
it's still
at my
always
mum.
my mum's house.
It's like not even my mum's house now. My old house that I grew up in.
It's
like
so weird.
It's weird.
It's always like because I picture myself going to the toilet and the walk is always from my mum, the mum's house to the toilet.
Same. My old house.
It's so weird because even like I said this before, going back to the church we were talking about. Anytime I'm having a dream that's a nightmare, right? In the nightmare, I will go to a toilet. I'll run to a toilet, and it's always a toilet of my old church.
Oh, interesting.
Anytime I'm scared in the dream, I'll go to the toilet in that church.
Interesting.
It's because I used to go there when I was bored mid-service. I've learned on the toilet for a bit. Yeah. But I think it's the safe space of like, okay, I'm in this space, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
Any dream I've had and something scary happens, at one point in a dream, I'll find myself in that toilet.
Weird. No, dreams are
the
mental.
conscious is crazy.
It really, really is. It really is. But yeah, bunk beds. I was talking to my ex, but like, how old was I? Maybe 16, 17 at the time.
And also might have been a youth thing as well. How old is he?
We were the same age.
Yeah, it might have been a young thing.
It definitely was. But like, even for many years after that, it was very much a thing. Like, that's where I heard all of that stuff from. You know, that the Jamaican men said that they didn't do it. I'm not saying it's true or not. That's just what I heard. That's what they said. I don't doubt for 1 second they were all chatting shit and doing it and enjoying and munching behind the scenes. But that's just what I always heard. But I'm glad that times are changing and they're embracing it because, as they should.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Was that the last dilemma?
That was the last dilemma. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. I represent. Thanks. She was waiting for the Brooklyn. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Tell you some shit you might like to hear. I got a tight little pussy and my ass poke out automatically. I can write a dick. That was ASMR before ASMR was a thing.
Exactly. ASMR pisses me off.
I hate it so much.
Oh my God.
I hate it.
It's so annoying.
But also, I think like I just heard. I don't enjoy. Let me not say I hate. It's not all the time. I don't enjoy overt sexuality. I hate when I can see someone's trying to be sexy.
Yeah, it's cringe, isn't it?
Like, sit down, man. Just be sexy.
Let the people come to you.
Yeah, let the sexy ooze through you. Why are you like throwing sexy at our face, man? Boo, so boring.
Yeah, it's kind of
You're so boring.
There's only one way to be overtly sexy and it's not cute.
And speaking of boring, I really hate trend reports and like fashion reports and trend reports. I really fucks me off because I think everyone's boring and everyone.
What's a trend report?
And here was the thing that we should all be wearing.
Yeah. No, the thing that makes me laugh is when people do those like mood board things of the outfits.
And then everybody just starts dressing the exact same. And the thing is, I fall for trends, of course. But it's just like, why do we all look the exact same, man? Everyone spice up your lives.
Everybody does
Please.
Low-key look the same.
Yeah, like, please. Anyway, bye.
Bye, folks. See y'all
That
later.
is, let's end it like professionals that we are.
Come on, yeah.
And that is it for this episode of the Receipts podcast. We truly do hope that you have enjoyed it and had a good time here. If you didn't, we apologise and we will do better next week. That's what's great about this. If you don't like this week, you might like next week.
Exactly.
You might not like next week's. You might like one that was made 4 years ago.
Exactly.
Go
Even
back
5, 6,
and
7, 8,
listen
9, 10.
to that.
You know?
Thank you dearly.
Peace out, guys.
I've been the girl Tolly too.